and we ain't never got a box again. Well, well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel is just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to Just to feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't want to talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats will tell lies that then they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yo. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
What's good? What's good? What's good with the family on this good Tuesday? We back again to get boxing is just do. Y'all know how we do over here. No false narratives, no hidden agendas, just the information that's out there and give y'all my logical opinion and just keep it pushing, you know? But if y'all catch this on the playback, y'all know the drill. Smash the like button, sub to the channel, turn them notifications on, and come be a part of the conversation, man. What's good with y'all though, man? How everybody feeling on this good Tuesday? Let me say what's up to the family. Shout out, la salute to the queen. How you feeling, baby girl? Oh man, I appreciate you stopping through. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Greets. What's good with the greets? Salute y'all. I don't believe anything Bob says. Whatever Bob say in reality is the opposite. Bob is a snake. I feel you. LaMarcus Robinson, what's good with it? LaMarcus, how you feeling? Larry Lopez, what's good with it? Frank got some explaining to do. Hey, we gonna talk about it. For me, y'all know how I do. It's no different than any other day. I put the information that's out there. I give y'all my take, my opinion, and y'all free to give me y'all's. That's what we here for, right? Over here, we all can have a conversation. I don't feel like people be right or wrong. It just all depends on how you spinning things. For me, I lay the information out and I make a logical assessment based off what's out there, right? So we're gonna do that as we always do. Miss Joette, salute, Queen. How you feeling today? Reggie, what's good with it, family? What's good with it? How you feeling? Salute to the kings and the queens in the chat. Hope everybody had a good start to y'all Tuesday, man. Ashley's Corner, what's good, Cuzzo? How you feeling today? Appreciate you stopping through. So look, you know, the saga continues. The saga continues. And I almost let people ruin boxing for me, but I refuse. Like I think for myself, I got my own mind. At the end of the day, a lot of it's just who you believe and who you want to listen to, right? For me, you know, I look at this situation, right? Like it's some posturing, it's some bluffing going on, right? It's a lot of that. But like I've stated from the very beginning of this, ever since the initial report came out that Frank Martin pulled out the fight, I wanted to make it clear that my stance was always that he wasn't a duck. I think we all know that because y'all been here. So y'all know it ain't nothing I'm just making up now. I've been saying this. I've been very consistent with that. You get what I'm saying? But I was disappointed as a boxing fan because, you know, me just thinking from a boxing fan, I'm thinking you going from what you made in your last fight to what you making now. And I'm thinking maybe that would have been an incentive, that plus a belt and an opportunity at a fighter that you said you wanted to fight. So from that standpoint, I was disappointed that the fight didn't happen, right? Salute the big dog Willie in the super chat, man. He said the Haney coat was full of cat mode today. He said Lord Bill Haney special. Did you know Devin Haney was in every Star Wars ever? His character was the Force. You a fool, big dog. Salute the big dog, Willie. Appreciate the love, family.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
I want to point something out real quick over here. I want to point something out to y'all. I can't vouch for nobody else as a content creator but myself. Over here, it is a conversation. I say this so much because I don't care about being right or wrong. I don't want everybody to agree with me, right? I want people to come here and realistically tell me what they think. I'm not going to tell you wrong if you think a certain way, right? Unless it just sounds like something that's super crazy. But I like to hear from the people. You get what I'm saying? Like the most important thing for me is that my message has been consistent, that I don't think either of these guys are ducking each other, right? I do think the business of boxing need to align itself for this fight to work just like any other fight. Snoopy Mac, salute family. Appreciate you stopping through. There's only one side telling what happened, but the silence from Frank speaks volumes. I feel you, Larry. We're going to talk about it. Cano, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Some Marshawn Lynch. Cuzzo. Joker says, so now we believe Bob. I mean, look, bro. You can, Joker, Just Do is going to tell you, you can believe who you want. If you don't want to believe Bob, you don't got to. If you want to believe Bob is lying, you can believe that. My job as a content creator is not to try to sway your opinion one way or the other. My job is to present what I know is out there and then let y'all process it how you want. I'm not here to sway nobody into thinking one way or the other. You go whichever way you want. But I know how to have a conversation, which is something that a lot of grown people up here just don't know how to do. I don't got to be right about everything. I don't care about being wrong. But in this case, it's more so about what's out there. And we're going to speak about what's out there. So salute to everybody in the building. Price Boy 85, what's good with it, fam? BN Boxing News, what's going on, Brody? How you feeling? Safe travels on that road too, Kano. Price Boy 85, what's happening with it, man? He say he was a force. Grindhard Sports Nation is in the building. Mike Biggs Boxing, my guy, is in the building. Bob Arum lying his ass off, and you can't trust nothing. It's your cap say period. Cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Snoopy Mac. You want to have that opinion? Just Do gonna let you have that opinion. Well, I ain't gotta let you, but I don't argue people's opinions, right? That's your opinion of it, and I it's cool. You get what I'm saying? Midnight was good with it. No dab, no structure. Salute to Midnight if you believe that. Salute to you. Ant was good with it, Ant. WBC is lying too. Yeah, everybody lying. Everybody lying in this situation. You gotta let me know about that when we got that down here. Yeah, the Marshawn Lynch, cuzzo. Like the football player. Big Tex was good with it, family. How you feeling? Salute to everybody in the building. So look, we could have this conversation, and y'all free to come up if y'all want. I'm free to come up. This is the problem with boxing. People don't know how to have a conversation. My conversation is not to protect one fighter or the other. It's just to have a legit conversation around what I've seen. So what we know is, let me start off by saying there was a tweet that Shakur Stevenson made that I guess he said he asked for 50-50 or nothing. He since then deleted that tweet. I'm guessing that's what people are saying. So that's that. And you know, this is what Frank Martin said more recently before I got up here. This is Frank Martin. See, it's a whole saga, Big Texas. But again, I aim to take the aggravation out of it, Big Texas, and how I aim to do that by not trying to sway none of y'all opinions. I don't want to sway nobody's opinion. Everybody could be free thinkers in here. If you want to feel like one fighter or another is a duck, have at it. I mean, I'm past that. Like I elevated past the duck conversation. Like I really want to know what happened. So again, we know Shakur posted and deleted something about he wanted 50-50 or nothing. He since deleted that tweet. You can't ask me why he posted it and deleted it. I have no idea. Only thing I could come up with is maybe he knew that wasn't the truth. I don't know. I can't make no excuse for him. I'm not going to try. You know what I'm saying? And he wouldn't want me to, I'm sure. Right? So I can't tell you why he tweeted and deleted. I could just tell you he did it. You know what I'm saying? And after that, I'm guessing this was Frank Martin's response to that. He said to my fans, I want this fight just like y'all. And I never asked for no 50-50 split. You get what I'm saying? I never asked for no 50-50 split. Now, why I believe Frank Martin? Why I believe Frank Martin? And why I believe Frank Martin? Because the tweet that Shakur put out, he tweeted it and deleted it. So I felt like if that was really what it was, you would have left the tweet there. You get what I'm saying? Now I can't answer why he deleted it, but I can tell you just what I think. With Frank Martin saying this, and then when you have a tweet that's out there that was since deleted, I have reason to side with Frank in this particular instance in terms of asking for 50-50. This is something he said he never asked for, right? Which I would never really know because I'm not on the inside. Guys could be lying, but I'm not one to try to make him out to be a liar, right? I just feel like it's some validity to what he's saying, because if it wasn't, then Shakur more than likely would have left his tweet up, right? That's just me thinking logical. Now there's that, right? There's that. Now, we heard Alden, what's good with it, Brody? How you feeling? Frank Martin is a big duck, hands down. Bob said he gave Frank. We're going to talk about it, but Alden, people will say you can't believe Bob. Bob is lying. Bob is lying. Bob is lying. Bob is lying. We can't believe nothing Bob say. He's lying. He's lying. So I guess so. We get him saying. Salute to Alden, right? He said it. Tweet and delete. Yeah, he did it. Being Boxing News. Salute, fam. Shakur must have lied. Yeah, Being Boxing News as pertaining to that 50-50, that must have not been true because he deleted it, right? I'm a fair shooter. That's my guy, but I'm calling it down the middle. I don't try to protect fighters. It is what it is, a tweet. It's not really that big a deal to me. It's public perception at the end of the day, but he shouldn't have put it out if it wasn't true. That's my thing. You get what I'm saying? So in this instance, when Frank say, I didn't ask for 50-50, I feel like he's being truthful. I feel like he's being truthful, like I said, because if not, then, you know, Shakur wouldn't have deleted his tweet. You get what I'm saying? I feel like he would have left it there like he's done so many other tweets. You get what I'm saying? Like he typically do his tweets. You get what I'm saying? He's not known for tweeting and deleting, but he did it in this instance, and I can't justify it. I'm not trying to. I don't want to. I'm not interested in trying. It obviously must not have been valid because he didn't leave it there. He didn't stand on it. That's all that. And that's just what that is pertaining to 50-50, right? 2 Cents Boxing. What's going on with it, Queen? How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. I got to rinse you up, too. Bole, what's good with it, Brody? How you feeling? Salute to my bro, Big Dog Willie, in that super chat. Bole, what's good with it? 2 Cents, what's going with it? Ricky Williams, my bro, what's good with it? I seen you over there cooking. I had to slide out. 2 people acting like they don't understand top-rank business model. Bob, stay capping. Also, I hear you. Frank Martin need to clean this ish up. I hear you. Nobody believed Bob with Bud, so why would we believe him now? I feel you. Listen, I'm not here to sway your opinions. I'm just today. I'm just gonna put what's out there and let y'all can have at it. I'm just gonna talk about it because it's out there. You get what I'm saying? Y'all gonna find out. I'm gonna leave it there. Salute to Ricky Williams, man. Salute to you. LWBoxing, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling, my bro? How you feeling? Salute to you. Bob has lied to us in the past. Is artful with it, though. Not like Eddie Hearn. Shakur responded to the tweet, did he? Let me see it, man. Let me try to pull it up. And I do this to be fair. I try to do this to be fair. Frank better not ask for no 50-50, though. And he said he did. And I'm going to try to pull it up now, L-Dub. I'm going to go to it now. X or the Twitter Twitter sphere. Bob lowballing these fighters and Cora hopping online, acting like everybody ducking them. Bob is the problem. That's what Shakur needs to focus his energy. I hear you. But again, it's just not that cut and dry, right? I can't explain why a person thinks the way they think. Remember, China saying Shakur was hard to deal with a year or so ago. RSV, what's good with it, bro? This is the new boxing. We not getting another fight, and it's whack. So a mandatory split was 60-40. True indeed. Let me pull this up too. Let me try to find this tweet, yo. Dre's finest. What's good with it, family? How you feeling? Akello, my bro, what's good with it, family? What's good with it? And again, I like how 2 Cents Boxing said what she just said right here. Not that it's a good thing, but key words. Bob lowballing. So when people keep saying what Shakur is doing, Shakur. Y'all really think he in there drawing up the contracts and writing up crunching the numbers and deciding what goes to who? Y'all really think that's up to him to decide? Like, you really think he got that kind of power to decide how much somebody else get paid too? Like, he can't even do it for himself. Like, I just don't understand why people say it's him. Like, I like what you said. It's definitely it's a Bob thing. You get what I'm saying? And salute to my bro, man. Dre's finest. Much love and appreciation, family. I get it, though. Frank at 135 and Shakur just got there. Frank has more accolades and viewership, I do believe. Oh, Shakur has more accolades and viewership, I do believe. Yeah, that's true. True indeed. It is. But let me pull this up and salute to my baby girl, Lady Just Do, Miss Just Do. How you feeling, baby girl? Appreciate you stopping through. Can't say Shakur was lying about the DM with Frank. He is known to release footage or information that is meant for behind the scenes. Right. I'm gonna pull it up. Y'all smash that like button for you, bro. Top fighters at top rank are gonna get paid like top fighters at the PBC. I feel that, Brody. I feel you. I feel it. Let me see. Let me get to this. Okay. Appreciate you, Dub. Appreciate you. So it is what it is. And now I'm about to pull this up so people can keep trying to. And again, I'm only putting the information out there. Y'all process it how y'all want. Just Do is not here to sway your opinion to make one fighter look better than the other. I rock with both fighters. As I said, since this started, I'm going to still rock with both fighters. This situation don't change nothing for me. I still think the same about both fighters in terms of what their talent and skill set is in the ring. And some back and forth on Twitter is not going to change that for me, because it doesn't change how the fight will actually play out if they got into the ring. So that's where my heart lies at. You get what I'm saying? Bob ain't the issue. Bob can run his business how he sees fit. Fighters go to top rank thinking they're going to get fights they traditionally don't make. These fighters are being bamboozled. I feel that, Rick. I feel you. Athletic Mind, what's good with it? Salute to the hardest worker. New corner of the year, man. Salute to my bro, man. Newcomer of the year. Salute to my bro, Athletic Mind. Much love and appreciation, family. Just can't trust anything Bob says. Okay. I mean, it's crazy though, right? Because I'm gonna just say this real quick in terms of trusting, right? A person that has no involvement on the situation at all, like 0% involvement in the situation at all, would want you to believe them over the guy that's involved with the situation directly, right? So again, I know in the past, Bob has been known to talk out of both sides of his mouth. We all know that, right? But at the end of the day, if you are asking me, who do I trust or who do I believe, a guy that's not, and this could be anybody, an individual that's from the outside looking in, that's not directly involved, or the guy that's directly involved. That's how crazy this is. People will believe the person that has nothing to do with the business because they gave you an opinion that you rock with. And that's just that's what I see with this situation right here. It's no different. They have 7 million. It should be Frank 2.5 and Shakur 4.5. I wouldn't be I'm not against it. I don't think Frank was wrong at all if he want more money, but I'm gonna put this up. I'm gonna put this tweet up. Sparky Pete, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling, man? Yeah, Shakur did respond to this tweet right here, so I'm gonna pull it up just to be fair to the situation. He says he didn't ask for 50-50. Okay, Shakur responded. So y'all can make it what y'all want out of it. I'm just here to provide the information. If it's 7 mil, it should be 6-1 for Shakur. Shakur sold out his last 3 venues, 10K plus, and that's a fact because I did the numbers on that. That is a fact. Y'all all could go look that up. 10K plus. Frank Martin couldn't sell out a 2,500 theater in Vegas. Boom, 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 boom. And those are facts. And those are facts. All those people crying to how much more money he deserved. You get what I'm saying? It ain't what you deserve, it's what you worth. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to tell the man what he worth, but it sounds like people are trying to tell me that he's worth so much more. And I don't know what they're basing it off. So that's just what I got to say about that. You get what I'm saying? Let me pull this up. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, sub to the channel. You know what I mean? Come rock out with your boy. Be a part of the conversation. And sub to the Brody Big Texas as well. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just me though, bro. That's just me. It's just me. I like Frank Martin the same way. This conversation for me is not about trying to make neither fighter look bad. Just Dude likes to get understanding, straightening, if you will, with a situation. Whoever ends up on the shit side of it, as long as the truth is being told, I can care less. So I'm not here to try to sway y'all one way or the other. I'm just putting what's out there and I'm telling y'all what I think. What I think ain't got to be law. That's why we had these conversations. You get what I'm saying? I ain't got what I say ain't law, but this is what Shakur said in a response. Frank Martin said he didn't ask for a 50-50 split, right? This is what he said. Shakur responded. He said, you asked me in my DMs yesterday. I explained to you all the numbers and you still asked for half of the money. Stop the cap. So I don't make it at what you will. He responded to his tweet directly and he said he still asked for half. So, hey, man. So, hey, what Mr. Ghost Martin, did Frank Ghost Martin have something else to say after this? Because I ain't see it. Grease with Fire, what's good with it? He's not worth more than Shakur fights on free TV. I mean, so do Frank, though, right? I mean, how would you determine who's worth more, Greets? Enlighten me. Fill me in on how you would determine who's worth more based off what? They both fight on free TV, right? You get what I'm saying? What we saying right here? What we saying? Jonathan, what's good with it? I don't care how you looking. I don't care about, listen, I ain't trying to protect him. I'm just putting the information out. Pat Bell, what's good with it, my bro? How you feeling? I agree with that. If you pull the numbers, Shakur is going to be leaps and bounds over him. Frank should go back and try to force a purse bid and see if he can get more. And Akello, you know the issue I have, Akello? Why did they agree to cancel the purse bid if it was all about money? Why didn't they try to get him more money that way? That's my question. I just want to know why did they you know? And salute to both guys, but I think we blaming the fighters when in fact I think the business is in the way. Whether you agree with the business or not, I don't think you can blame either fighter unless in this case Frank is not being honest. You know what I'm saying? Now look, he responded to him saying he said you still asked for half the money. Stop the cap. Now I don't know what Frank Martin gonna say after that, but it is what it is. Don, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling, man? You can't tell a man what he worth. He not fighting for 1 million. Sound like Bud versus Keith and Sean. Get out of the face, Bob. Get out of our face, Bob. I feel you. Listen, I feel you. I said this for me sitting at home. I don't take punches to the face. I can't tell Frank Martin what he worth. I can't tell him what he could try to get paid. Like I'm just not in there. I can't do that. That's up to him and his team. So salute to him. But it is what it is. No one believes Shakur is a criminal in the lie. I mean, you might not believe him. You might think he's a criminal. I think you putting stuff on him, Greeks. I don't think he no criminal. I mean, that's a reach. A criminal based on what? You get what I'm saying? Like I don't, you know, this ain't a like shit on the fighters conversation. This is the problem. People don't know how to have conversations when the talking points don't align with what they think. And again, Just Do is going to tell you right off the bat. I'm telling you what my opinion is based on what's out there. People pass their opinions off as fact. I don't do that. So you free to disagree, but I'm putting this stuff out there. I don't want to sway nobody. It's not about making either fighter look bad. I really just wanted to understand why the fight didn't happen. And as more things unroll, I mean, somebody ain't keeping it real. Somebody ain't being honest. So you get what I'm saying? Call it what it is. Call it what it is. One is a 2-division champ. The other never been a champ. That is a fact. That is a truth. Y'all know Shakur like the undercover information that is meant to be covered. Bill never debunked that video Shakur leaked. Sure didn't. He sure didn't, because he couldn't, L-Dub. It was all on tape. It was all on tape. All I know is he responded to him, so has to be fair. He's a black fighter, just. You can't ask Shakur to do it. Shakur's not crunching the numbers. Maybe it's Bob that need to be fair. Like, if we're going to place the blame, don't place it on Shakur. Shakur not in there talking about Frank Martin should only get this much and I'm getting this much. You get what I'm saying? I seriously doubt if that's how it's going. I seriously doubt that. You know what I mean? What I have an issue with is why my people still beating the dead horde. It's in the air, smoke. It's in the air, smoke. Can you smell it? I'm sick and tired of it. He said, she said. It is what it is, man. Unfortunately, this is where we at when we trying to figure out why a fight didn't happen. Because again, I'm not trying to focus on the wrong stuff, but we only can go off what they putting out there. And I don't know. It was cool when a dude tweeted, you get what I'm saying? He ain't ducked nothing and he ain't asked for 50-50 Shakur on his helmet. He said you did. You asked for half the money in my DMs. I mean, I don't know what you can say about that. It's hard. Edgar Chavez was good with it, Brody. Jersey is in the building, Brody. How you feeling, bro? What's good with you? Critical Bob just basing on his track record in the past few years when it comes to big fights and not following through. Now that's you will have a point about Bob not following through with the big fights. You have a point, yo. He's been known. You already know, Pat. You already know, bro. What's good for them ain't good for everyone else. Right. I get that. And look, I'm not here to. I'm just here for the information, man. Everybody could feel how they want. I just think, a lot of people just be running with false narratives and trying to push them on the fighters without knowing the information. That's what I be hearing. And they did it on both sides. And still to this very moment, I'm not going to call Frank Martin a duck. I'm not. NPR 76 was good with it. Smash that like button. Appreciate that, family. Like that was good with it. I don't believe in exposing personal DM. Those DMs are business related, so Shakur should leak them. Right. And you see, he said it directly to him. He said you was right in my DM asking for half the money. And now you're trying to say that you're not. So it is what it is. Salute to you, Dre's Finest. Appreciate you, family. Chop was good with it, Cap. And I don't think Frank won 50-50. I mean, how could you say he capping based on what? You got Frank saying he didn't. You got Shakur directly responding to him saying you did, and it's in my DM. So you can't say he definitely capping. You can say you believe he's capping, because you wouldn't. How would you know? You get what I'm saying? I just find it convenient that everything Bob say, we can't believe him. Don't believe nothing he say. Don't believe nothing Shakur say. Yeah, but Frank Martin believe everything he said. I have a problem with that. I really do. He right on his man line saying you're lying, bro. You was in my DMs asking for half the money, bro. You get what I'm saying? From Frank and Coach James, I would have turned it down too. You need to focus on Spence getting his payback. Don't need all them fighting around the same time again. True, that could be a reason. I mean, I would love to know what the real reason is. I'm not mad at either guy. I just would like to know what the reason is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just putting what's out there. So I'm not protecting nobody. Everybody could feel how y'all want. You say you feel like Frank sound more honest, Chop. I'm not here to argue with you, bro. You get what I'm saying? I just put the information out there and we had a conversation. I don't care how nobody felt how either fighter looked. We just had a conversation with no narrative being pushed. I'm only speaking on what I see that's out there. I can't speak on anything else that I don't see that's out there. You get what I'm saying? When you fight a low level combat, be considered the boogeyman. I tell you what, at the same time, too, these better fight, these quote unquote better fighters, you need to stop turning them down too. That's what need to stop happening. Are these quote unquote challenges at 135? But let's not act like this dude didn't get to 135 and was turned away by several fighters. This is what's going on. So you could blame it all on Shakur you want, but I'm seeing guys clearly not want to fight and not even willing to do no business. I'm seeing that. So you could blame it on Bob. Yeah, I see it too. I see an issue there, but I'm not gonna sit here and just blame Shakur for not being able to secure a fight. Some of these dudes just straight up don't want to fight. And I'm just calling it what it is. Mike, what's good with it, bro? You said nobody want to see Edwin De Los Santos. They act like they do, bro. They're both black. What just happened to being fair? Listen, bro. Listen. I don't know if you hearing me. Let me say this again. Let me slow it down a little bit. I don't mind him being treated fairly. I don't care if he asks for 50-50. I don't mind him getting whatever money he feel like he worth, Jonathan. I don't mind, bro. I just don't mind because I can't tell him what he worth. But my only issue would be with the 50-50 if he actually asked for it and he's saying he didn't and he did. That would be the only issue. Not that he asked for it, because it's the same situation. Like, you're not going to go into negotiations and start low, right? You're not going to start low. So if he did start with 50-50, I don't think he's wrong for that. You get what I'm saying? What are you going to do? Start low? You start high. You get what I'm saying? Shoot for the stars. You get what I'm saying? Shoot for the stars. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at it. And he go in the house. Let the cat be with you. Salute the big dog Willie, man.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these vets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
My bad, y'all. Appreciate Big Dog Willie, man. Salute to you, bro. How you the boogeyman working out? I blame it is where he signed. He did that with clear conscience. So you saying where he signed, he signed to where he signed to because he didn't want to fight nobody. So he signed the top rank. How's the boogeyman act working out? I don't know. These dudes still, they facts, Edgar. Facts, bro. Facts. I'm gonna still continue to have a conversation. Y'all could, if y'all choose to ignore what I'm saying, then that's on you. But I'm being pretty straightforward. I'm being fair. I'm letting people have their opinions. I'm not telling you what opinion to have. I don't know what more y'all want me to say. I can't get Frank Martin paid. But at the same time, me sitting at home, I can't sit here and act like one guy. I know for a fact one guy is the problem and the other guy is not. You get what I'm saying? I just can't do that. You get what I'm saying? So salute to both of these dudes. Again, y'all, it's unfortunate that we're not getting another meaningful fight, y'all. Damn it, man. I wanted to see this. I wanted this fight for both guys, man. I wanted to see Shakur versus someone that wants to smoke with him. So I would have loved to see Shakur versus Edwin De Los Santos. Hey, Cuzzo, that could be possible. I mean, Bob Arum didn't want to speak on it, but I already know they, from already hearing, they reached out to him. So maybe that fight's still on the table. Don't take one, Shakur. I don't even think that's a realistic option at this point, like in terms of any of them discussing that on either side. To me, I haven't seen it. Fool has to come out and talk about Black unity. It's only right. Dar Alexander, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? I know one thing for sure. Shakur is the common denominator in these fat negotiations. He has a shot at undisputed. I scratched my head about that one. I ain't mad at you, bro. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? I heard people say that before too. But I just don't know how people keep blaming Shakur for what these fighters are getting paid. That's the part. I want somebody to fill me in on that. I want somebody to fill me in on why does it seem like y'all telling me that Shakur is going in there, he's doing all the numbers, he's crunching the numbers, and he's saying he's coming up with his own purse and the other guy's purse as well. So I don't understand why people keep saying Shakur this, Shakur that, Shakur is doing this, Shakur is doing that. I don't understand it. Bro. I just don't get it. And again, I'm gonna go off of what Bob Arum said. Bob Arum said out his mouth, if y'all don't believe it, y'all don't have to believe it. I'm just putting the information out there. This is a conversation, not an argument. Bob Arum said they gave the man everything he wanted, down to the last cent. He said he gave him everything he wanted, down to the last cent. That's what he said. And then the contract was sent over, and then he said he wasn't interested. That's what he said. So again, if you want me to believe somebody that's just on YouTube versus the guy that's going to make the fight, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to, in this situation, I'm going to have to lean towards the guy that is responsible for making the fight if it happens. Not somebody on YouTube just telling me what they think. Now, Bob could be full of shit. But again, who am I? What do it make more sense, logical sense to believe? The guy that's responsible for putting on the fight or somebody that's just telling you what they're telling you based off what they feel? That's all. And I'm not telling nobody they wrong for what they're saying. But at the end of the day, it's all what you believe. I'm not blaming either guy. My whole reason for having this conversation is to try to have a conversation where we could come up with why the fight didn't happen. But if all you're going to tell me, oh, Shakur is why the fight didn't happen, Shakur ducked him, that's not a good conversation for me. It's kind of redundant and it's boring. It should be boring at this point. But we should really want to understand what happened with this situation. And I'm even willing to say if this is what's going on, I just don't know. Maybe it's bad business on the side of Top Rank. I just don't know, bro. You get what I'm saying? But again, it's some conflicting information out there, right? And I think Frank Martin could get in front of this with an interview, or you get what I'm saying, a statement. He don't owe it to nobody, but I think it would help. So again, I'm not here to push a narrative. No, neither guy is a duck. I never said that. The only reason I had this conversation is to try to understand maybe why the fight didn't happen without no emotion involved. I don't care which way people want to spin it, but I think it's deeper than either guy being a duck. I think it's deeper than that. I think Frank Martin is a real fighter that'll fight whoever. And I think the same way about Shakur. So maybe it is, maybe it is the business of boxing. You get what I'm saying? Maybe Frank Martin simply felt like he wasn't getting treated fairly. Maybe he feel like, look, I don't need 50-50, but you get what I'm saying? But then when you see Shakur say to him directly, you was in my DMs. I explained to you all the numbers and you still asked for half of the money. I can't ignore that. So you could say, oh, you can't believe Shakur. All right, you don't have to, but it's there. So all I can do is put it out there. Shakur right now, so people ignoring logic and facts so they can keep pushing the narrative. Jordan C, salute. You already know. You know how I go. Bob 90 knows he only lying to his wife at this age. But everything he say is lying. It's like on one end they say he old people tell the truth and this and that, and then the next minute is like when it's not something they want to agree with. Bob be lying. We can't believe nothing he say. Everything he say is a lie. To say everything that man say is a lie is a stretch. But if you said you contradict yourself, talk out of both sides of his mouth, I would say that's right on par with Bob and pretty much every other promoter in boxing. Not just Bob Arum. So I just hate when people say that. You can't believe nothing he say. Like, I just don't know, man. I have a harder time believing a guy that has nothing to do with a situation than the guy that is involved in it directly. That's just me. You get what I'm saying? That's where my logic lies. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Now, Frank ducking lower than the low rider like that. Salute, fam. Salute. Shakur can't make a big fight at this point. Here's the problem. In my opinion, I'm a fan of both. I have no bias. Nah, but he is the problem in what way, though? What is he doing that he can't get a fight? Because he the fighter. Remember this, 2 cents. He the fighter. So he's not crunching the numbers. So again, how is it him that he can't get a fight because of him? What is he doing to not get the fight? You get what I'm saying? What is he not doing to get the fight? And that's an honest question. Like, I don't argue. I just want to know what you think. That's why I asked you. Salute the big dog Willie in the super chat. Frank Martin scared to lose his and got cold feet. Salute the big dog Willie in that super chat, bro.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
And I feel all y'all, man. I'll never tell nobody you wrong, y'all. I don't tell y'all wrong. But when it's like they keep blaming Shakur for why these fights can't happen. And I think it's deeper than that. I think it's a little deeper than that. It's easy to say, it's his fault. How? He's the fighter. What is he supposed to do differently to make sure that these fights happen? Because they'll say what he's doing wrong, but I can't hear what he's doing wrong. Y'all just feel that way, or like what's up? Talk to me. God self, what's good with it, my bro? How you feeling? Hey, big dog, you scream. Why would Frank ask Shakur about numbers at the LTGB? I mean, why would he get up there and lie? I don't know, Bole. Why would he get up there and lie? I'm not going. He can respond to this directly. I'm not about to come up with a whole bunch of different scenarios why this. All I know is he said what he said. I don't think nobody questioned it when Frank said he ain't duck nothing, right? When he initially put up this, he never asked for 50-50. Everybody jumped on and they believed it. Now, why as soon as Shakur respond directly to him and say, yo, you was in my DMs, now it's like, yo, he lying. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. And again, it's whatever you believe. I don't care what y'all believe. It's all good. Like, I'm not here to protect the fighters. Like, at the end of the day, none of it really changes how a fight will play out if y'all get where I'm at with it. You get what I'm saying? Facts, just every promoter is biased and push narratives. They do. I said that too, 2 cents. That's all I was getting at. Because I'm like, yo, fighters fight, yo. He's not in there crunching the numbers and you drawing up. Yeah, you know what? I'm getting this much and you only getting this much. Like, and people know that, but they'll act like that's not the case. They'll act like that's exactly what's going on. So they can blame the fighter and push a narrative. It's weird to me. It's weird. Salute to Dar Alexander. You dig me. Salute to my guy Tim Layton, man. What's good with it, Tim? How you feeling, bro? The interview happened a few weeks ago with Tyson Fury. I want your thoughts on saying I don't really care about Tyson Fury, and like he ain't fighting nobody. He fighting Francis Ngannou. I already said he don't want to fight nobody. He making a joke, a mockery out of the heavyweight division, bro. He don't want to fight nobody. And I know his fans ain't gonna hold him accountable because I don't even, to be honest, I don't truly know who Tyson Fury fans are. To be honest with you, I really don't know. I don't know, but I just think he's making a mockery out of the sport. I think after the 3 Wilder fights, I think since then he's been very uninterested in challenging himself against any opponent that he thinks remotely has a chance at beating him and upsetting anything he got on. And the fact that in some way, shape, or form, I believe he brings in revenue, so they're gonna allow him to do what he's doing. They're not gonna ask him to fight nobody no time soon. They're not gonna strip him, and he's just gonna be allowed to do what he wants, pretty much. Salute to my queen, Miss Just Do, because Big Dog Willie not gonna outdo me. I cook. Salute to my baby girl, Miss Just Do.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your Just Do.
Yeah, man, I feel it, man. I feel y'all. I feel you. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Yeah, it's a rhetorical question, just thinking out loud. I feel you. I feel you. Salute to Bole. And look, I ain't mad at nobody. Y'all can ask any questions, add whatever you feel. That's the point of this conversation. The point of the conversation is not for me to convince all y'all that Frank Martin is the bad guy and Shakur is not. That's not what we do over here. We just having a conversation, and we putting all the information on the table that we have at our disposal, and we're allowing people to freely think and come up with their own conclusions. And at the end of the day, that's the only fair way I can call it, bro. I can allow everybody to say what they feel. That's the point of the conversation. It's not a me versus y'all if y'all don't think what I think. You get what I'm saying? It's like I rock with y'all, so it's all good. Just have your opinions, man, because Shakur posting delete a lot like he's tank. Yeah, I think I've been seeing him do it a little bit lately. I ain't gonna lie, a little post and delete action. Shakur fault because in similar situation, it was their favorite fighter fault. Right. You already know, cuzzo. The fighters ain't to blame here. Ghost, what's good with it, Ghost? How you feeling, Brody? These narratives, man. Yeah, Al Book, I hate them. I hate narratives, and that's why I shoot them down. And I've never been responsible for pushing any single narrative in boxing. Never. And I'm not. If I'm frank, I'm not going back and forth with Core Online when you don't got no power. I get you. I just look at it as like I just want to know the truth. And I guess at the end of the day, it's just going to be certain questions that I'm never going to have answers to. So again, that's why I can only put out the information that's there and let people digest it how you want. If you see Shakur responded directly to him and say, yo, you was just in my DM yesterday, you think it's too much for Frank Martin to say, man, that's cat, post it. He ain't got to go back and forth. It don't got to be an argument. But he could simply say that you line posted and put an end to it. But it's like people act like he ain't got to even open his mouth in the situation. But at the same time, he is opening his mouth to the situation. And it's crazy to me how he's so closed-mouthed on his own situation. But when it came to Shakur and Haney's situation, he had a whole bunch to say. That's why I said he put his foot in his mouth a little bit. He did. He put his foot in his mouth by saying he wasn't turning down no smoke, and he would have took anything because he would have made a sacrifice to get on top. Because you get what I'm saying? Do I got to play the clip again? That's what Frank Martin said. You get what I'm saying? So if we being honest and we fans of keeping the same energy, Frank Martin, by his own account, by his own admission and his words, he's not keeping the same energy. And I'm just being real. Right off of what he said. He had a lot to say about that 25%. Now all you got little two-liners. You got these little two-liners, and you can't even speak up for your own situation. But you had a lot to say about Shakur and Devin Haney. I don't like that. I don't respect that. You know what I mean? Mr. M Pride, what's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you pulling up. You know what I mean? So look, it's out there. It's like if people get annoyed with this. I don't. I want the truth at the end of the day. And how is the truth gonna come out? If somebody come out here and prove it at this point. That's all. Like it's boxing at the end of the day. I want to know why this fight didn't happen. You get what I'm saying? I'm like Shakur now with Haney Coat because they know he would happen. They fight. You know how it go, man. You know how it go. Families all join together and manifest fury getting slept. Booger, salute, fam. Appreciate you pulling up. Salute. I don't know why it seemed like people get mad at content. Like I don't get it. Like y'all be mad at people speaking on what's out there. Like, that's because people don't know how to have a conversation. They really don't. They too sensitive. You can't talk about this. You can't talk about that. Talk about this. Talk about that. I'm going to talk about what's out there and what makes sense, bro. And I'm just trying to have a decent conversation around this without pointing the finger at either guy, just talking about what's out there. You get what I'm saying? Not pushing no narratives, unlike what everybody else be doing or a lot of other people be doing, bro. I'm just different. So it is what it is, man. Salute to everybody in the building that's rocking with me, man. Simple and plain. Just remember Bob saying the same thing when it was Keith versus Crawford. Fans started blaming the fighters whole time as the promoters. That's all I'm saying. I think maybe the business of boxing potentially got in the way of this fight again. So if what you got from all of this is Shakur's fault, have at it. If you want to blame Frank, have at it. I'm not trying to blame either fighter. My aim for this conversation was to just try to make it make sense as much as we could with the information we got out there. So I'm not here to sway what y'all think. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Flawless mentality. Salute to the OG. How you feeling today? Appreciate you stopping through. Yeah, that's for Undisputed, though. Bob said Frank's side don't even understand why he changed his mind. So why Frank's so quiet? I just, and again, you know what? And people keep saying he don't got to say nothing. So I don't know how we going to get any understanding. It's like, I don't get it. Just don't say nothing, Frank. Yeah, just be quiet. Just don't say nothing. Did an AM interview about it, just? I ain't catch it. I could pull it up and play it for the people if you tell me what it is. Al Booger, appreciate you, family, as always, man. Salute to you. Appreciate the love, family. Not the same opportunities been offered less. So is it really the same situation? You know what, B-Dog? For me, I don't like merging one situation with the next. I always think every situation is different from the other. And I think people know that, but they rather say, well, it was just like this one. And I think circumstances and things are different. So I makes this situation different than the other one. You get what I'm saying? He ain't Haney in this situation. You get what I'm saying? He ain't an undisputed champion. In fact, he's never beat or fought a champion or never been one himself. So it's like people will throw all that logic out the window, though, because it forces them to be real. There's all you need to say prayer with me. You a fool, bro. That's why I respect Haney over most fighters. I rock with Haney, too. I respect him. Due to both situations, Frank Doug Shakur and Shakur Doug Devin. I feel you being boxing. I just never felt like either of them ducked them because it's like this, right? For me, and I'm a logical dude. If you're telling me not accepting 25% is ducking somebody, not saying no to the fight, just not saying no, not saying yes to the first offer you were given, and then trying to negotiate but not being afforded the opportunity to do so. I can't create a scenario where that's a duck, right? And y'all could fill me in if I'm missing something. I don't think I am, right? I mean, if Frank Martin, I mean, I have the same energy for him, right? The only difference was I did hear in principle they initially did agree to the money and all those things, right? But if that's not the fact, and he in fact feels like he's being lowball BN, by all means, try to get your money. I'm not in any position to tell that man what he's worth and not to go get your money, right? But for me, it was more so about, even if this is why, I'm not making Frank Martin the bad guy if he wanted some money, right? But it's really, for me, it's more about why the fight not happening, right? I think other people, they want to blame one or the other. I don't want to do either. Get what I'm saying? I don't care to do either. I'm just trying to understand why it ain't happening. So say, for instance, if it was on Shakur's behalf, right? Say if it was being reported that he turned down the fight, I would be trying to understand what was it that made him turn down the fight. The same way I was trying to understand what was it about the 25% that you didn't like, but it was obvious because he felt like it was a low ball, right? So that's where I come from. I'm not here to try to make one of these guys look better than the other. Yeah, you see this or one up them. But at the same time, I'm going to put what's out there, right? And I'll let the people make of it what they will. So that's how I look at it, right? If you say no to the first offer that you're given and you're trying to negotiate with a guy and they're unwilling to do so, I don't see how that can be a duck, right? The same Frank Martin, if you're trying to get more money, I don't see how that could be a duck. You get what I'm saying? So that doesn't mean, I don't want to fight you. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just me. Know what I mean? I like that. Salute to 2 cents. I like that. I don't push narratives, but I will give my 2 cents. Salute to the queen, man. I rock with your 2 cents. I got a question. We say the same thing about both fighters. Can we say the same thing? What is that, David George? Salute to you, fam. What's that? What you want to say about both fighters? And again, I wanted to be clear. I'm not here to blame either fighter, bro. I just like understanding. You get what I'm saying? And this is where we at. It was a little bit of discussion whether or not he asked for 50-50. And again, he said he didn't. Shakur said you did. And it's at this point, from here, I doubt if I speak on this again. Like, I'll leave it be after this, because I don't think either guy should have much to say if they're not fighting after this point, right? So it is what it is. Fights to all fans, excuse me, and not pulling through. They're making up excuses like blaming the fans for the fight not happening for the fighters. Yeah, and that happens sometimes. Or just misplacing people. It'd be a lot of misplaced blame in boxing, because in most situations, guys will sit up and talk like they got all the answers and the questions. You get what I'm saying? The questions and the answers, they got everything, and they don't. And again, I don't speak that way. So it's a lot of information that I didn't have. This is why I only spoke on what was out there. That is as fair as I can call it. Speaking on exactly what's out there and letting y'all digest it how y'all want. That's how I'm supposed to do it. I just put it out there. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sway nobody and like, yo, you see this? This is why Frank ducked. Notice I don't got none of that energy for him. It's not about that for me. I'm mad as hell that, again, whether you want to blame either side, I don't care. I'm past that. The business of boxing got a way of another good ass fight for both fighters on both sides. This would have been a great opportunity for both guys. Now, Shakur gonna get his date regardless, but we're talking about quality of opponent when you talking about a Frank Martin. So that's why I appreciated this fight. It's for me, it was never about trying to make one guy look bad or the other guy look better. Like, nah, we just here to have a conversation on what's out there. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is, bro. Salute the big dog Willie back in the super chat segments. Just do the infamous Haney Cope needs to be stopped. Haney Cope's the threat to mankind. Lord Bill with brainwash Cope rivers to poison your minds. Big dogs.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Guarantee you more times than not, somebody would be pulling, trying to sway everybody in here to shit on one fighter or the other. I'm just presenting the information straight down the middle. You get what I'm saying? Salute to you, 2 cents. If you find it, send it to me. Definitely let me know. Let me know for sure. Tay, the real queen of MMA combat. How you feeling, queen? Appreciate you stopping through a public discussion. Won't get the fight made. Yeah, it won't, Bole. But again, I'm a content creator, so I have discussions centered around boxing. You dig what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying, bro? Like, I know that won't get the fight made. Everybody in here should know that. But again, that ain't gonna stop me from having a conversation to try to understand from the outside looking in, maybe why the fight didn't happen. Why wouldn't you? I like to understand. I don't know about you. I don't feel like I got all the answers. So I would like to understand what happened. That's simple and plain for me. That's why I'm having this conversation. So again, it is what it is. Some people understand it. Some people don't. You get what I'm saying? The WBC pulled the purse bid because both sides finalized a deal to fight. Frank pulled out after agreeing to fight. There's nothing really anything else to discuss. And again, but you let them tell it. Nah, it's Shakur. It's Shakur's the reason the fight didn't happen. He's trying to do this. He's trying to do that. He's trying to do this to Frank Martin. And I just think people they got it. They misplacing the blame. You get what I'm saying? He ain't got the opportunity for Campbell's and he jumped on it. True. He did. Salute to Devin Haney. Shakur turned it down. Dev removed himself from the circus. Midnight. Can you show me the information in which Shakur turned it down, please? If you could you could show me where I can get that from, or you could explain to me at what point Shakur turned the fight down, and I'll believe it, right? But to my knowledge, after he got his lawyers and his team to write up that letter to the sanctioning bodies, to my understanding, at that point, negotiations were supposed to take place, and that never happened. So again, how did Shakur turn the fight down? I just want some straightening, because that's my recollection of the situation. If you got some different information that I might have missed, that I ain't come across, just feel free to, drop it in the chat, my guy. And by ducking is just business. Shakur need to stop talking bust on Twitter. He accusing causing the problems. Frank don't need to say nothing. He a fighter. He don't handle contracts. It's crazy. See, Frank a fighter. Frank don't need to say nothing. He a fighter. You don't handle contracts. But when it's what he getting paid, that's not the same energy for Shakur. People are treating it like Shakur is handling the contracts, and he's not a fighter. That's my issue with that. And again, I don't think nobody's above speaking for themselves. Frank Martin indeed had a lot to say about the 25%, but he is very closed-mouthed with his own situation. If y'all don't see a problem with that, I don't know what to tell you. How are you gung-ho to open your mouth about a situation that has nothing to do with you, talking about what you would have took and how you would have approached it, how you would have sacrificed, and then the fight that you said you wanted came knocking on your door, and lo and behold, look what we got. No fight. You get what I'm saying? That's my issue with Frank Martin. Not that he's a duck, but he, by his own admission, not keeping the same energy. And I've been trying to say this the entire time. Both of these guys are fighters. Shakur is just frustrated. People can't be mad at him being frustrated that the fights are not happening. Get what I'm saying? Like, I can't say if he's telling the truth or a lie. All I know is he said this directly to Frank Martin. You in my DMs asking for half. You get what I'm saying? And he's telling people he didn't do it. Somebody lying at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? But again, I don't want to go too far off topic or off track because I'm not here to try to make one guy look bad. Get what I'm saying? You try to get to the bottom of it the best way you could, man. Bob trying to offer fighters 11%. No negotiations, nothing. Let's get it. Young Dev is a warrior. Hey, who ain't negotiate? Who, Larry? Who? I know you ain't saying Devin Haney don't be negotiating with his opponents. I know you ain't say that. I know that's not true at all. P. Hunter was good. What he said about taking fight. If he knew what he said about taking a fight, I would have put a suckers deal together. I don't know if Bob did that. However, I would have. Yeah, right. Yeah, and I'm not an advocate for no fighter being screwed over, right? But I'm not in the inside, so I'm not on the inside, and I can't tell them what Frank Martin is worth, so I can't gauge whether he's being crapped on or not, right? I don't know. Get what I'm saying? People playing Sherlock Holmes on this damn app. The information ain't right in front of us. Hey, I'm saying it. Stay off damn Twitter. I wish my boys stay off Twitter, Shower. I ain't gonna lie. KO the words spinner. Nah, KO be spitting them facts, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna always be an advocate for true speakers. It's not about agreeing with everything a person say. I just never heard him create his own information a single time I've listened to him. I never heard it. Frank said he would take whatever. That's why he pointed at himself in the situation. Right. I point at him in this situation. Fighters are afraid to bet on themselves, and we out here betting on them. Right. I'm done betting on these dudes. I feel that being boxing. That is true, bro. That is true. It's true. Frank might not take whatever, but that don't mean he might let him take a BS deal. Nah, that's listen. If that's ultimately like 2 cents, if that's what they felt, right? I'm not crucifying him or his team, because his team is not supposed to put their fighter in positions to take bad deals, right? You get what I'm trying to say? So I'm with you. I'm not an advocate for people being screwed over, bro. But at the same time, you got the promoter saying he gave him everything he asked for. I just don't know how. Like I don't know. It's he can also come out and say something about that, but he won't. So it's frustrating because people keep saying we hear one side because one side is willing to speak. That's why I said nobody is above speaking up for themselves. It's not about going back and forth and being messy and trying to argue, but nobody is above speaking up for themselves. You said you ain't duck-ish. You get what I'm saying? You said you never asked for a 50-50 split. So you are saying things. So you're not above speaking on this situation or elaborating or during an interview. You're not above it, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, bro. That's just my opinion. And Reese will comment on the situation. Nope. Not that I've heard of anyway, B-Dog. Salute to you, bro. So it is what it is, bro. They agreed to terms when the contract comes and may be different. We don't know. Could be. It could be, bro. But again, I hope y'all understood my point of talking about this. I hope y'all did. I hope I made the point, like, just a little more clarity. But at the end of the day, I don't think you can get far with some tweets and things like that. So ultimately, it's just unfortunate that we don't get a fight. So we really lose out because Shakur's still gonna get his fight. He's still gonna get his title opportunity. Frank's still gonna get a fight. He's still gonna get an opportunity. We as the boxing fans miss an opportunity for a good fight. And it's not on us. It's not on us at all. But I'm not into the blame game. I'm just mad we didn't get to see a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Frank Martin. I'm glad I never called him a duck. He still won't be a duck. And salute to Shakur Stevenson. I hope he stay off Twitter. You get what I'm saying? And you stop trying to win the battle on Twitter because you never will. Thomas said, what's good with it, my bro? How you feeling? Shakur position to 1 sanctioned body. 2, actually. 2, Larry. Actually, it was 2. LOL, the hypocrisy is real. I don't know who's being a hypocrite, but not me. Same ones who got Shakur for turning down a bad offer now defending Frank right now, even though they agreed to everything. That's a fact, Jordan C. That is a fact. Scared or not, his team asked for a number, got the number, agreed to the deal, had the purse big halted, then pulled out of the fight. Everything else just extra to distract from the facts. And that's what I'm saying. But you know what they keep saying, KO? Bob Arum is lying. That's the go-to. Bob Arum is lying. So we can't believe nothing he say. He's just making that up. You get what I'm saying? He's making that up. But the guy that can kind of get in front of this by speaking his piece is thinking, I guess people feel like he's above opening his mouth. I don't get it. I don't get it. It is what it is, though. About to be another Andre who Shakur frustrated with. I think not getting fights, period. You get what I'm saying? Whether you want to, I don't know who he want to be frustrated with in particular, but I think he frustrated in general as a fighter, just not getting fights. You get what I'm saying? So again, a lot of this stuff is ticky-tack because people don't know how to listen to what's being said. I'm not into trying to, break down every little issue with these guys. At the end of the day, all I could figure out, all I could get from this is that we're not getting a fight. And again, y'all don't have to agree or believe Bob Arum, but he said he gave that man everything he asked for down to the last cent. So you could say he lying all you want, but I can't believe somebody on YouTube versus the guy that's going to make the fight. That's just my logic, bro. Sorry, I can't. Present facts about Stevenson situation. Appreciate you, man. Pride, appreciate you, family. Much love, Brody. Much love. Shakur still fighting November 16th. Floyd Diaz versus Max Ornelas is on that card. That's a good prospect fight. Yeah, I like you talking about cash flow, right, Dub? You talking about cash flow? Celestial Being was good, but I feel like Bob tanked this fight deal. He always run big fights. I hear people say that too, and I don't really argue when people say that, Celestial Being, but I think sometimes certain situations, like past situations, could get in the way of how people perceive, future business situations like this one right here. Like, again, I think people are really missing out the fact that he said he gave him what he asked for. And the only thing that people could come back with is that he's lying. You get what I'm saying? Like, where is we at in boxing? So who can we believe? You get what I'm trying to say? I don't know what Frank Martin could come out and say, "Oh, he a damn lie, bro." But I don't think that's going to be the case, because I'm just not going to keep believing everybody's lying every time somebody say something that a person don't agree with. Like, where is we at in boxing? It's certain things that there's no need to lie about it. He straight up said the man gave him everything he asked for down to the last cent. And again, if he decided to change his mind, that's on him. I'm still not knocking him. But JusDueBoxing always wanted to know why the fight didn't happen. So if it ended up being Shakur's fault, undeniably, then that's what I would say. But again, I really don't care about fault. I'm more gutted that the fight not happened. You know what I'm saying? It sucked, yo. They played us, man. You get what I'm saying? Shower, they played us with this, man. I'm disappointed, bro. I'm disappointed. But the fight in PBC wasn't. With the caboose, book. Right. I'm glad Frank didn't take the Shakur fight now. And I think about it, I need Coach James to be on his A game while he gets the spins ready for that some payback. True. That's true. He definitely need to focus up. Right. True. He was supposed to get on Twitter after that whole Devin thing, but that didn't last long. Yeah, he did. Yeah, B-Dog, he was off. He was good for a couple days. B-Dog, he was off for a couple days. He went right back. Not a good look for Frank. And again, I'm not about this and Frank. I just really put everything out there that I can get from this situation, and we can just move on. You get what I'm saying? What's the next best option for who, Bole? Frank or Shakur? And that's what I was asking from a fight fan perspective. Like, that's why I thought this was a lot, because I was like, damn, this is a hell of an opportunity for Frank Martin. 28 years old, he ain't never fought a champion. He get to fight for a vacant title. Get to make a little bit of money. You get what I'm saying? But I ain't saying he should be screwed over, right? But I thought it would have been enough. Maybe I was just being a fan. You get what I'm saying? Thinking that it would have been enough. I didn't expect this, y'all. I thought, he was going to get treated fairly in his mind. I thought that was going to be the, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to get a fight. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like cash flow, L-Dub. I like him, and you can tell why I like him, because he can easily try to, had this lazy type of approach because who he represented by. But I think from what you see with the young kid is when he in the ring, he's really trying to get better from fight to fight. And you can see it. So you can tell that Cashflow Diaz putting that work in. You get what I'm saying? Well, now it's only flowed from one end. I get you. Listen, I get you. I get you. So I only put what's out there, bro. You get what I'm saying? I only put what's out there. And if y'all feel like their narratives and they're not telling the truth, I can't make y'all believe those people, right? I could just put it out there. Saying I told you Marvel's Canelo was next. Right. I feel you, bro. Maybe Frank don't have a lot to say because he's trying to figure out what the deal is on his side. They said Tom Brown accepted the deal and he was unaware of terms. B-Dog, that's also a possibility, but that would be poor representation, don't you think, B-Dog? You get what I'm saying? And I don't even want to get all the way into that, but don't you think, like, is the guy, your representation is supposed to accept a deal in terms without you knowing? You get what I'm saying? Shouldn't you be the first to know? Mr. Mechanical, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling, bro? Shit just sucks. Get you 2 cents. Yeah, I got you. I did big dose. I already got big dose, bro. I got big dose yesterday. I got big dose. I got the 2 people you mentioned that you shot. I seen you. I got the 2. Marcus just do the tables done turn or now. Yo, it's opposite day. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess. It's all how you want to look at it, bro. To me, I'm not here to make y'all think one way or the other. I just put what's out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep saying that because that's exactly what I do. I don't spin narratives. You know what I'm saying? Carpenter at this media, Coons was a loose woman. Other people be back and forth to the clinic. Oh, man, Tom Brown agreed to all the other deal for Frank up to this point. What's the difference now? Talk to him, L-Dub. So, again, I just hear I hear inconsistencies, man, and that's why I say, man, I don't know how we supposed to get the answers to the questions that we all have if so many people are saying Frank shouldn't say anything. Like, I don't understand that way of thinking. I don't understand why people think he should just be quiet. Like, but then he could speak up for Shakur and Devin Haney. I don't understand it. I don't get it. So return now. It's day. It may be Marcus, man. Maybe, bro. Los Santos, Ortiz. It's good fights. There's good fights, bro. Those good fights for sure. Those are good fights. Stan Jones boxing was good. We can only blame the promoters and advisors of the fighters. Obviously, that Frank Martin was advised not to take the fight, which is unfortunate. Yeah, Stan Jones. I wonder, like, what was the situation? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we as boxing fans, that's why I be confused when I see people seem like they frustrated with what we talking about. Because why wouldn't you want to understand? Why don't you have a bunch of questions? I look at you funny if you sitting up treating this situation like you got all the answers. You get what I'm saying? So this is why we talk about this stuff. You get what I'm saying? We try to make sense out of it. It's unfortunate that boxing is just not straight to the point like it should be. Are you fighting him? Yes or no? Like, that's what I thought this situation was. An easy, open and shut case. I don't think Tom Brown is out to mess over the fighters after how his company year in boxing been. True. L-Dub, that is a real point, bro. Shakur is the one with the announced date. Frank, we don't know. That's true. True, bro. Bole. True indeed, bro. True indeed. Maybe somebody could have jumped the gun thinking everything was, you get what I'm saying? Bole agreed to it on the up and up. Make a deal with Tom Brown, and Spence told Frank not to take it. Gave him everything he wanted, is what Frank wanted or TGB wanted. Yeah, good question. But, P. Hunter, but Bob Arum said he gave him everything he wanted down to the last cent. He even said he initially thought it was too much money, but then he said, all right, well, let's do it. And gave the man everything he wanted down to the last cent, and he's turned it down. So I don't know what else just do the tables and turn. Now it's the opposite day. I don't know what you mean, bro. Randy Frank wasn't winning that fight. You might go to WBL route when Dad vacates. No, I got you, KL. I got you, bro. You don't even worry about it. You already know. Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all smash the like button. Over here, we free thinkers. Everybody here to think what they want. But I'm not going to ignore this in the room. I know some people might not want to talk about it. I respect it, but I'm going to talk about what's out there. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. And I'm doing it responsibly without pushing the narrative and saying nothing crazy about either fighter. Who was they said that I don't buy. Right. Terence and Earl had a fight announced for every month last year. Right. Right, Bole. Hardcore boxing news has entered into the building. What's good, Jay? How you feeling, man? Y'all go check the good brother Jay Hardcore out, man. Go check him out, bro. It's a good brother right there. Now Frank got to explain heavy. I thought so, Marcus. I thought he should. And again, I guess I want that. I ain't gonna say what he got to do. I would like for him to add some validity to the situation. I would like him to, but that's just the selfish fan in me. You know what I mean? I guess so. Jonathan, what's good with it, bro? Either that or maybe the language of the
What's
contract is
good,
not
Josh?
agreed upon. Oh, I get you. I get you. What's good, bro? Let me take this down real quick. Let me take that off of there. I get you, man. It's just unfortunate. Another fight going by the wayside, man. And again, we miss out on another opportunity to see a very good fight, bro. That's where I'm at with it. Frank does have some explaining to do with Canelo. I thought he should say something more. And again, he's saying little stuff, but he's not saying the stuff that he's not addressing the stuff I guess you want him to. I don't know. I can't tell him what to say, but I would like for him to, just for straightening purposes. Like again, my reason for this conversation is not to be messy or not to one up one guy. I really be wanting to understand what the hell be going on. And I'm telling you, if we're being honest, just based on what that man said out his mouth, he's not keeping the energy that he laid out there for himself, speaking on that situation. And then you got presented with a fight that you said you wanted, and now it's some type of holdup, and we're hearing that it's money. When in fact you were on record talking about this sacrifice and all this stuff that you would take in a situation that had nothing to do with you. And I guess it's cool to speak on
a sacrifice for
when you're not in a situation, but then when you win it, it's something different. It's like, oh, now I'm quiet now. Now I don't got nothing to say about my own stuff, but I'm a gossip. I'm gonna run my mouth about their situation over there. But mine, yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah, that makes sense. That make a lot of sense, bro. That sound weird to me. You gonna speak about another person's situation, be man enough to come out and speak on your own. I ain't saying you're no man, but be willing to at least expose your own self with your own dealings, like speak on your own situation. Like I just don't see a problem with that. I don't see an issue with that. And I would much rather speak on my situation before I would the next man any day of the week. What is we changing principle now? Like that we all know we move a certain way. You speak on your business, the next man's business shouldn't even concern you. But now it's on you, and it's like, I ain't got nothing to say. Nah, I ain't got nothing to say. People like, nah, Frank shouldn't say nothing. Don't say nothing, Frank. Nah, Frank, you don't owe them an explanation yet. Nah, bro, just talk, speak to us. You know what I mean?
No black unity.
Thanks,
no,
Mike.
Where's the fairness?
Thanks, Mike. King of 47. What's good with it, bro? Like that's all I'm saying. Like it's not about like the hell with them. He said, "Don't stop tweeting, Frank." You get what I'm saying? Don't stop tweeting now, because he responded to your most recent tweet, which is what people was making their videos about, was the 50-50 thing. Now he on your bumper. He said you was in his DM, still asking for half the money. Stop the cap. Now I want to see if Frank Martin respond. Is that too much to ask for him to be like, he ain't got to say much, but post, prove it. Sit, 2-word, prove it. End the story. Like what? Like again, are we just cool with saying Shakur line? Like that's what I'm saying. Like all this, he ain't gotta say nothing. You gotta open your mouth. Y'all done got us invested thinking we was gonna see this fight, man. I'm pissed off. I need some just do. I'm being selfish, y'all. I need some straightening, bro. I need some straightening, bro. Take D was good with it. I need some straightening.
Hey, just everybody not dead and secure, and they gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They not like those two, where they just gonna put it all out there. Everybody not like that.
I mean, I don't think it's putting it all out there, but I think it's standing tall for yourself. And again, you had a nice little bit to say about a situation that ain't nothing to do with you, but when it's yours, 2 tweets and you done. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
2 tweets.
All he said was what he would do.
He said, "What more do you want from me?" All he said. Gertz was good.
That's all he said. But
I don't think nobody does. King of 47. I really don't. Because look, it's just this simple. It's this simple for me. If Frank Martin is not accepting the fight for financial purposes, that's within his right. I know people will call him a duck. I'm going to put that out there because I'm me. I'm not calling him that. I can't tell him what to try to negotiate and go get. You go do that. You get what I'm saying? I'm just focused on being disappointed that we didn't get the fight. Now let's say hypothetically it's a bad deal. How people want to run with. He's being quote unquote lowball, right? It would be up to him to accept that or not accept it, to try to negotiate anything like that. But if he don't take it because he feel like he's worth more, I can't be mad at him. But at the same time, that discrepancy right there will be the reason the fight didn't happen, right?
Just do. This is what I have an issue with. This is what I have an issue with. He let the WBC cough the purse bid. That's the only issue. That's the only issue. When you do something like that, and then you break away from then you say, I don't want to fight no more. That's the problem. Nothing else is the problem. He can't explain that.
Who was asked the question, TD? What you mean,
But
bro?
Big Dog, where the fairness you was talking about for the last, you know what I'm saying? I want black unity. Where's that at?
Sure, you can have it. You can say it if you want to. I don't argue that no more because I'm not trying to change the way nobody think. If so, especially from this point on, like if you really want to say somebody duck, then by all means have at it. But I think it's irresponsible to be able to say somebody duck, but you can't prove in no way, shape, or form that they turned the fight down. I think that's irresponsible to do that, and you just putting a jacket on a fighter, and that's for any fighter. That's Frank Martin right now. How could you say 100% undeniably he ducked? How could you say 100% undeniably Shakur's that? Like that don't get old to people. Y'all don't really want to understand what's really going on. Like if it's really Bob, JusDueBoxing wants to understand that, so I can know how to approach situations. So maybe if I see this something like this playing out down the line, I'll be to catch on and look out for it. That's where I'm at with it. I'm not really here to shit on the fighters, and you know what I mean. I think both of those dudes wanted to smoke, and I'm gonna keep saying that. So for that reason, I don't think nobody ducked. You get what I'm saying? Because I think they both truly wanted to fight each other. That's all. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong. It's just sometimes the business don't work itself out for one reason or another. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm mad the fighting happening though, but can't be mad at a guy for trying to get his bread, right? Get what I'm saying? I'm not against the guy getting his bread, but damn it, another good fight by the wayside is where I'm at. Frank said he would do what do you do for undisputed? Keyword undisputed. It don't matter, bro. When you put your foot in your mouth and you talked about sacrifice, it wasn't. Don't make it just about undisputed. He spoke on the situation just in principle. Think about what he said. Think about what he said. Like y'all be trying to really ignore the obvious. That's the problem I be having. Like that man, by his own admission, is not keeping the energy that he put out there. That's all. I'm being real.
How can you compare if they two different situations?
Not keeping it the same energy. KO was good. Big Dose in the building was good with it, bro.
Hey, Just I got a question for you real quick.
Was good with it.
All right. You saying they was both. You saying he put himself out there when he said that, but if these two situations are different, that was for that situation.
I'm just saying in principle when
in that situation, so you can't even say that.
And you'll make a sacrifice and all of this stuff. I don't even know how much of a sacrifice getting paid. What is it? What they say 4 times more than you ever been paid. I don't know how much of a sacrifice that really is, though. You get what I'm saying? And then again, we're basing that off because you're what y'all call it pocket watching. You worried about what the next man gets. Worry about your own plate. You get what I'm saying? That's how you go. That's how you start worrying about the next man plate. So again, I don't care about what neither one of them get paid. You know why? Because I ain't getting a red cent. So again, my whole reason, so people get it, is I wanted as best as we could, you know, as a community in here, get to some understanding as to why the fight didn't happen past the duck narratives. You get what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. KO, talk to me, bro. What's good with it?
Hey, man, I just disagree. I don't think calling Frank Martin a duck is a narrative. I think it's a lot of evidence. I think it's a lot of facts out there that point in that direction until he decided to be a grown man and take up for himself. At the end of the day, all this problem about, they might have lowballed him, or the money might be too low, and all of that stuff, that's something that comes up in negotiations. If you had a problem with the money, then that's on you and your team. You can ask for an extension in a mandatory fight. So when they mandate the fight and they make y'all negotiate, and they say if you don't come to an agreement, we're gonna call the purse bid. Y'all can hit them up and say, yo, we negotiations are going good. We are making the fight, but we need a week extension, or we need a 2-week extension, but we are making the fight. They didn't do that. Instead, they led the WBC to believe that the deal was done, bro. So I don't understand like all this money shit. If he had a problem with the money, now once you done agreed to it and contracts is getting passed around, that's not the time to say, oh well, you lowballing me, or that's not enough. You do that shit in negotiations, bro.
Right.
That's when that stuff comes up. So all this different shit, bro, what people can't get around is that the WBC called off the purse bid. That's the end of the discussion. They're not calling off a purse bid on a maybe. They're not calling off a purse bid because you said you might have the deal done. They call off the purse bid when you let them know the deal is all the way done. They have spoken to both sides and they have confirmed that that's the fight they fight next, and this is the date that they fighting on, and this is how it's gonna go down. That's when they call that shit off, bro. So this whole money shit that people talking about, that shit's irrelevant. The money had already been agreed to. And the only person that has reneged is Frank the Ghost Martin, bro.
Hey, yo.
So I don't understand this conversation that people are trying to have to be 100% honest.
I didn't hear you saying about nothing about fairness. Nothing.
I just want to ask Cal a quick question. Hey, who said that they was calling out the purse bid? Was it
the WBC? If you go look at their order, they ordered the fight on August the 26th. And then when they ordered it on August 26th, they said, if y'all don't come to an agreement on September 5th, your shit is going to purse bid. And then the WBC came out that morning and said the purse bid scheduled for today between Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin has been canceled because we have been informed by TGB Promotions representing Frank Martin and Top Rank Promotions representing Shakur Stevenson that they have come to an agreement for the fight.
So you don't think it's possible he got the contract and then the shit wasn't right?
I don't think it's possible.
Automatically call. I'm just saying you just automatically call him a duck.
I don't think it's possible being promoted by Earl Spence Jr., being ran by Al Heyman. I don't think it's possible that something like that happened and they just let him get drugged like this.
Well, I don't think I don't think they're gonna let him sign nothing stupid. So I ain't finna call him a duck till we actually find out what's going on.
Hear what I'm saying, bro. Hear what I'm saying. And it's funny when it's a fighter that some guys support, that you guys always, you need every little thing, even though you know what common sense tells you. You need every little thing.
I need every little thing on everybody before I call him a duck.
But
I need every little thing on every situation.
Do you think so? You think that Bob Arum in the 70, 80 years, he's been doing this twice as long as you and I've been living. You think he's stupid enough to be dealing with Al Heyman and send Al Heyman, an Al Heyman client, send them a fucking contract that's different than the contract that him and Al Heyman and the people negotiating agreed to? And then furthermore, you think Al Heyman is stupid enough to let that happen, to see that they sent Frank Martin some bullshit that was different from what they agreed to, and then him and Earl is gonna let this narrative go out here with Frank Martin without letting Frank Martin just defend himself.
You talking about three motherfuckers that don't talk. You talking about three motherfuckers that don't talk.
I see some of the comments in the chat. Y'all trying to tell me that y'all don't believe that the purse bid was called off. Y'all believe that's how far.
I ain't never said
you don't believe the purse bid was called off.
I just asked where y'all heard that from.
Oh, okay. I'm just
everybody report. Like, just go on Twitter and look it up. You gonna see it.
Yeah. Y'all really and again, not for the panel so much. I just see some of the comments and I ain't, I don't argue with people. I'm just trying to understand people. What's the questioning about? Like, y'all don't believe that the purse bid was canceled? And for that to happen, what has to happen? Don't they have to come to agreement for that to happen?
Yes, bro, 100%. Or the fight goes to purse bid.
And that's 100%. What I'm trying to say. And again,
but this is my problem.
What's his name? Jake Donovan. He said he tried to stay out of it. He had an interesting tweet on Twitter too. He said he tried to stay out of it, but he said if Frank Martin felt like it was any wrongdoing, then he should have pursued the purse bid. Like if you felt like you were getting done wrong, if there was any issues, like you get it. So it's a lot. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, bro. But I'm just not here to blame anybody. But if you accountability is the word I'm looking for. And again, I'm never gonna feel bad about holding somebody accountable, bro. I just had so again, I'm not mad for you. Get your bread, but you get purse bid was called off. That's in news. Facts, hardcore facts, Jay. Like, so again, that's not nothing nobody made up. And you got to understand the process for that to even happen. Like, that's not going to happen without an agreement, them coming to an agreement. So I think that's where it's at for me. So I think maybe after that point, something changed. But again, you had Bob Arum and salute the blue blood. He had, Jake Donovan. Appreciate you, Dub. Jake Donovan. And he said that. He said if he had any issues, he should have pursued the purse bid. Some along them lines. I'll find the exact tweet and pull it up. But it is what it is. It's like some people know how to make sense out of the situation without trying to argue. By offering solutions rather than trying to finger point. And that's what I be trying to do. I'm trying to understand the situation more so than finger point. But when you start leaning more to the other, and that's not the guy that's rejecting the fight, I have a little resistance with that. I'm like, okay, you want to hold somebody accountable, it got to be the person that's not accepting the fight. Now, I'm not faulting him for it, but again, that would be the reason, right? Because he has a discrepancy of some sort on his end, whether it's money or whatever it might be, right? So again, there's nothing wrong with holding people accountable, but in doing so, that's just being responsible. That's being a man. Like you're not tearing them down to say, hey, well, all right, even if you deserve it, I'm not telling that man what he deserved, but you would be the reason for the fight not going through. For y'all to keep saying Shakur did it, Shakur did it, that's weak. He ain't sitting in there crunching numbers and coming up with his own person, then telling people, oh yeah, I pay Frank Martin this. That's how people act. That's what's going on. Like I don't see it that way. I'm pretty sure it's not going that way.
I've never seen two fighters agree to a fight and one fighter pull out, and the fighter that didn't pull out is the one that's getting criticized. I've never seen this shit before, bro.
Ain't this the perfect opportunity? Ain't this the perfect
undercard boxing?
And it's happened to Shakur Stevenson twice now, bro. Like he didn't when they said that he was Devin Haney's mandatory, he didn't pull away to go do something else. Devin did, and Shakur gets shitted on. When him and Frank agreed to fight, he didn't pull out of the fight after they agreed to it. Frank did, and people still trying to shit on Shakur. I don't understand it, bro.
I don't either.
If you want to talk about the Devin and Shakur situation, it was trash on both sides from both ends. They both was getting bad. You just can't say one was getting bad.
That's why he deleted that tweet, because he knew he looked like a hypocrite talking about he wanted 50-50. Well, you asked for 50-50 from Devin.
KO usually called it out for deleting tweets.
No, he didn't.
I ain't hear nothing.
That's hypocritical.
No, he didn't.
What you mean? The video is uploading. What you talking about?
That letter didn't ask for 50.
Hey man, I ain't see you call niggas out for deleting.
I mean, it just happened today. I ain't dropped no content today, but
I'm talking about Shakur's tweet, bro, that he dropped talking about Frank Martin wanted 50-50, but he asked for 50-50 though.
And again, I don't know where people got. I don't know where people got that.
We need fairness.
But that letter didn't ask for 50-50. That letter just stated a case. It made a case for why he deserved more than 25%. And it also stated that ultimately the decision would be up to the sanctioning body to decide the percentage splits, not Shakur Stevenson. But that letter was just to make a case for himself that he deserved better than what was offered to him. So from that, people took, yeah, he asked for 50-50. And I keep saying it's a reason why you can't find that. You can't find that. I mean, I didn't see that in that letter.
We can't find it.
I didn't see
it. It came out the sources. It came out of a source mouth. He asked me for 50-50, and I look like, come on now, be serious. Y'all don't believe that source. Y'all don't believe that source.
The difference is Frank Martin agreed to the fight and then pulled out. Shakur Stevenson did not agree to the 75-25, and he just tried to go another way to still get the fight and get more money, and he still left himself at the mercy.
Bro, how would he do that if Devin told him months ago?
He asked for it, but he didn't. If they came back 65-35, if they came back 70-30, we don't know, because before the WBC could come back and let Devin and Shakur know the split that they decided, Devin let them know that he was fighting Regis, and so they called everything off, bro. So I don't like.
Devin also said if you go to the sanctioning bodies
between Shakur and Frank, bro.
Devin also said if you go to the he also said if you go to the sanctioning bodies.
Talking about that one, Dub. When he said he was in his DM asking for half of the money, and they only thing they could come up with in defense to this is Shakur's lying again, just responding directly to his ass. Yeah, he's lying. All right, whatever, man. I just find that going out of his way to put it out there, I would look at him in a different light if he went out of his way to lie like this. I'm telling you right now. And again, you had a lot to say about that 25% situation, but you got only 2 tweets for your own. I have a real problem with that. How are you more invested to speak on something that ain't got nothing to do with you? And then when the light is shined directly on you in a situation where it's a fight you said you wanted, you feel like you ain't got to speak and people are backing that, he don't got to say nothing. Why not? He's not above speaking up for himself. That's the problem right now. And then people keep saying, oh, it's only one side. Yeah, because one side's speaking up. Won't this
Man,
dude
if
speak
Devin,
up?
if Devin ain't it, and this be my thing, bro. And I got mad love for the homie Big Dogs. I got mad love for Jonathan, bro. This ain't nothing personal against y'all, bro. But
Here we go.
I know y'all enough to know, bro, that right now, dog, if Devin Haney signed his contract to fight Regis right now, bro, and they done agreed to fight, dog, and Regis pull out and say he going to do something else, my niggas. Y'all know damn well, bro. Y'all be calling Regis all kind of ducks and he ain't want no smoke and all that shit. But niggas need all this extra explanation and all this investigative journalism and all this these goddamn I need this source and that source and this source when it comes to
You know what I need?
Y'all come on, dog.
I need black unity. We need black unity. Bro. Where's that? When it was Devin Secure, it was all let's be fair. Let's have black unity. Now it's dog eat dog world. Nah, let's be fair. Where's the black unity?
Who talking about some black unity, bro? I'm talking about getting fights. What you talking about?
I'm talking about when the shit was happening with Dev. It was all niggas need to be fair. And niggas need to give up this. And niggas need to give up that. But now it
was
now it's a problem with the money. Now it's a problem with the money. Now it's a problem with the money. Frank don't need fairness.
No 50-50. If they both
Frank don't need fairness.
Somewhere in the middle. But you see how I just gave you a perfect analogy and you start talking about something else. So I'm gonna say it again and you can let me know if I'm right or wrong. You and my homie Big Coach. If Devin Haney and Regis Prograde agree to the fight and the fight is agreed to, and then Devin and them send Regis the final contract, and Regis refuse to sign that motherfucker and pull away like Frank Martin is doing, y'all will be calling this nigga Regis all kind of ducks and caps and all kind of shit. But since you like Frank Martin, you're making excuses for him. And this is the type of shit that I'm talking about, bro.
I can say the same for you, KO, because you like
you can't.
you make excuses for him. It's one way when it's another fighter. And it's another way when it's Shakur. Shakur can go ask for whatever. And then on top of that, Shakur's history, bro. How he did JERMELL Herring, man. They agreed.
Listen, real quick, Big Dose.
Real quick.
JERMELL Herring shot that down. He responded to that directly, bro. I keep telling people, I know that sound cool to push that, but he said, yo, that never happened. He got in front of that rumor and they worked it out and he said he moved forward, man.
That's what Bob said.
Shakur going around.
No, not Bob. JERMELL Herring said it. JERMELL Herring said that out his own.
JERMELL Herring said that out his mouth, bro.
Yeah, but JERMELL Herring still tweeted after that didn't happen and the situation was resolved and they moved forward. You talking about the first? I know what you talking about. You talking about the initial first tweet. Since then, he had tweeted again and responded to all that. That he basically it was a rumor.
Article where he said it did happen. I can go pull up the article.
Again, bro, I know that, but that was he said that then, and then he responded after that and shut it back down.
Bro, Shakur Stevenson went around JERMELL Herring to get more money. He didn't pull out the fight, bro. Frank Martin is pulling all the way out the fight. He didn't. Shit, he should have did what Shakur did. If the money was a problem and you feel like you work more, why not just go to purse bid?
So why wouldn't I think he'd do that to Frank Martin?
Do what to Frank Martin?
The same thing he did to JERMELL Herring. After they made a deal, then go behind his back and make it more profitable on his side.
Why would you think that he did that without when you see Frank Martin talking and Frank Martin's not telling you he did
that? If I lied to you, KO, and then are you gonna believe what I say after that?
So you're putting something on Shakur Stevenson, even though Frank Martin is not saying that himself. This grown ass man, who I don't know if you heard Frank Martin. I don't know if you heard Frank Martin talk, but this grown ass young man who is well spoken, who speaks eloquently, who's an intelligent young man that knows how to talk for his damn self. He's not saying anything of what you're saying about Shakur.
He just said it right here. I never asked for a 50-50 split, but Shakur said he did. One of them lying.
Bro, I don't care about them asking for a 50-50 split, Big Dose. The problem is this. They agreed to a fight because the purse bid got pulled. That's what y'all don't want to talk. I don't care nothing about this 50-50 split, going in the DMs. That shit is just all a distraction. With two fighters going back and forth. What I do know is that they agreed to fight because the WBC pulled the motherfucking purse bid because Shakur Stevenson fought Sushi Roll in the title eliminator for the WBC. Frank Martin fought Arum in the title eliminator for the WBC, and the WBC ordered the fight and said, if y'all don't come to an agreement, we taking y'all shit to purse bid. Now, Top Rank don't want Al Heyman to steal the fight from him. Al Heyman and Top Rank don't want Marv Nation or Triller from Thriller in Manila to steal the fight from him. Right. So they hurry up and make an agreement so that the shit don't go to purse bid. And everybody thought they had an agreement. One side signed, the other side got shit sent to him, and they fighter refused to sign and pulled out. He didn't go do no snake shit and try to get more money like you saying Shakur did. He didn't go to the sanctioning body and try to get no more money like you saying Shakur did. He pulled all the way the fuck out the fight, bro. I don't know what y'all be talking about to me sometime, bro. So he pulled all the way. He pulled all the way out the fight. He's going in a whole different direction, bro.
He pulled all the way out the fight for a reason, bro, and for a reason that none of us know yet.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's more money though.
Would I have wanted him?
That's what they keep throwing out there.
No, I wouldn't have wanted him to do that. I wouldn't like you, KO. I would have wanted him to stay there and work the stuff out, man. Because I mean, you got leverage. Shakur needs you, so work the stuff out. Stay there and work the stuff out. And so I see it on your side when it comes to that. But on the other hand, I know Shakur can do some underhanded stuff, man, by his past, man. So who's to say that he didn't try to do it here, man? And maybe Frank Martin's team was like, man, well, nah, we ain't rocking with that. But I wouldn't have preferred that though. I would have preferred he stayed and worked it out.
New era boxing and best salute, fam. How you feeling, bro? Peace, Miss Joette. Have a great night, Queens. And yeah, I punched the like button. But again, man, it is what it is. bro ass, this is where we at, man. So now, I mean, he say he ain't asking 50-50. It's the Shakur said otherwise. We ain't getting this fight. The business of boxing strikes again. Listen, I ain't gonna call Frank Martin nothing, man. I think he's a hell of a fighter. You know what I mean? I wanted this fight more so than anything, but you know, man, it is what it is, man. Twitter, it is what it is. I mean, I just feel like Frank could have got in front of it by saying something. Right. He damn sure don't. He don't. Like I'm telling you, it's just at the end of the day, this is what it is to me at the end of the day. It's not about fault, right? Frank Martin got the right to do what he want, man. People could call it, they're gonna call it what they calling it, man. So, you know, some people gonna dress it up and say it is what it is, but I'm gonna just say this, man. At the end of the day, I don't know what opportunity is better for him. I'm not here to say what he deserved to make. I don't care about that. That's up to him and his team to negotiate whatever they can. But that's a big opportunity, I think. I don't think it was a better one readily available for you like that. And again, I keep saying this. It's crazy how this is a fight you said you wanted, and this is the end result. We end up not getting it. So, again, man, it's unfortunate, but I just don't see a better opportunity for him. Like, I do y'all. I mean, I hear people saying maybe, you know, if the money is not right, then why risk it? Because Shakur is high risk, low reward. I get it. I've been hearing that since he's been in boxing. So it's like now they saying why risk that when you can go to pursue a tank fight or something like that and potentially make X amount of money that way. And I get that too. So maybe that's the way you want to go. If that's what y'all want to say, that's cool. But I'm gonna still call this what it is, a missed opportunity. I'm gonna just be like that. I'm gonna just call it what it is, a missed opportunity for Frank Martin and his team at the end of the day. Yeah, and it's like y'all said y'all wanted. So I mean, it's unfortunate that if this is what's going on, the money is your issue. That's unfortunate. But I can't tell him what he worth. You get what I'm saying? To get punched in his face. So only him and his team could decide that.
I agree, man. 100%, man. I feel like we all lost out, man.
Yeah, right. And we fans missed out. Right.
Say something, man.
Yeah, we missed out on a good fight. That's why I be trying to get down to. I try to have these conversations. I try to tell people over here, everybody can have their opinion, so nobody got to feel like I'm more right or wrong than y'all. But I'm definitely gonna lay out everything that I see, and I'm gonna make an assessment based off that without tearing the fighter down. I'm very consistent with that. I don't change my opinion of Frank Martin.
How much longer you gonna be on here, bro?
I'm gonna be here for a little bit.
I'm gonna take this work call. I'll be right back, bro.
Right. I'm here. So again, I hate the fact that we, the fighting fans, like we spend our money. Look what we do. We keeping boxing rocking all throughout the week, and they only fight on the weekends, promoting these fights, bigging up these fights, going back and forth. Like, I'm disappointed that this wasn't a fight that we could be truly arguing about who we think gonna win, rather than who's the reason why the fight didn't happen. You get what I'm saying? That's a disappointment to me that's what this got reduced to. There's no way in hell we the fight fans, we supposed to get this one, man. This one slipped by us for whatever the reason. That's where I'll be at with it. I'm pissed off about it, bro. That was a good opportunity, a good fight that nobody would have mind seeing, a good challenge on both sides. It would have been fun to watch, bro. Great for boxing. Good opportunity. It's just a missed opportunity. It's unfortunate that he maybe, at the last second, he felt like the money wasn't enough or whatever the case. I ain't mad at nobody trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know, career. You just don't know. There's no necessary tomorrow in boxing, right? So I'm not against you trying to get it now. You get what I'm saying? But damn, it's an opportunity, man.
Hey, Just, did you see that interview with Blue Blood?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
Which one?
Blue Blood interview with Bob Arum just
recently. Yeah. Excuse me. ABZ, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? I hope you ain't gonna say nothing, especially Shakur. Right.
He said Shakur gonna have still fight on that night, man.
Yeah, he's still gonna fight.
Hopefully it's Edwin De Los Santos, man.
I'm just looking for like credible fights that we all could sit here and really enjoy. And I felt like that would have been one, but on to the next. Like there's more fights to be made. Who knows? Maybe they revisit that option in the future. You never know. But at the end of the day, man, he's still gonna be who he is. That's why I say public perception means nothing. What matters to me is how he performed when he in that ring, man. Like I ain't gonna call you no genius in business. I don't know how they're doing business, but I think when it gets to Twitter, that's where he always gonna lose. I think he need to keep doing what he's been doing in terms of win your battles where they matter in the ring, bro. And you've done it 20 times, and your next fight on the 16th of November be your 21st, and you'll be in a position to be a 3-division champion, bro. It's the only thing you need to focus on, and whoever the opponent they're gonna line up. Like, this was cool to talk about, but again, I welcome this challenge and try to talk about this conversation without stressing the people out. Again, I'm not picking no sides. I don't care what fighter I like or think gonna win. I just put the information out there and I assess it as best I can. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, just business didn't align for the fight to be made. So it's unfortunate that it goes by the wayside and people forced to either push narratives that guys are ducks. I think Frank Martin is real. I think Shakur is real. I don't think they'll, necessarily turn down smoke because of, lack of confidence or something like that. And like I said, maybe it was the business side that didn't align for Team Martin. And, for that reason, he wasn't interested. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but it's definitely something to consider because it was a hell of an opportunity. It was a risky one for sure, but nonetheless, hell of an opportunity, man. Salute the big dog Willie back in the super chat. He says, amazing how Frank Martin fans, aka the Haney Colts, look for any excuse to bring Shakur in this situation. Martin turned down the fight. Facts. It's just true. It's not hard to hold him accountable, but when I say it, it's not in the effort to make him look like a duck. So I don't feel like nobody should have a problem with me for telling them what the truth is. You get what I'm saying? And not putting no extra on it where other people are going crazy and calling them this and that. And I'm not doing none of that. I'm respecting the man. I'm just saying going off of what's out there, and he would be the guy that turned down the fight.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your judgment.
He did turn down the fight. But you know what though? When dudes like Big Dog Willie just did, when they call other fans names, I just see it as emotional. I just see it as they got pure hatred for that fighter. You know what I'm saying? That they'll call they fans other names.
Roger was good, right?
Fan. Like they just a fan though. I'm just a fan.
And for me,
get the hell out of here with that.
More time Navarrete, good fight.
With that soft ass shit.
Right. And for me, I try to show love and get a respect the same way. I went into this situation before Frank Martin and Shakur was a thing. I rock with everything with Frank Martin, and it's still the same now. My opinion of him don't change. It's just I look at it like, damn, it's unfortunate. You get what I'm saying? Like, shit, man, y'all both miss an opportunity respectfully on both sides. Because the opportunity for Shakur to fight a name that, you know, I think everybody's truly got some respect for and think is a credible opponent, right? And that's what he won at 35. But fortunately, it's not him, man. Maybe De Los Santos, but to me, Shakur versus Jermaine Ortiz. Man, I love that fight. But he got a fight on Friday, right? He do. Man, I love that fight. But Danny, like he did at 140, Buzz say he think a Crawford fight is possible. Santos may be a tougher matchup for Shakur, but I see Shakur being Santos. He could potentially be. You just never know stylistically, right? Anything could happen, right?
What you think? I mean, fight though, just dude. Shakur and De Los Santos.
You said how I feel about that one?
Yeah, how you feel about it?
I like it. One, you know, De Los Santos, he seems like he a credible fighter, right? He coming off some solid wins, upset win. You know, he stopped at Rayo, and you know, he been riding a little high. Won his last fight impressively, beating Joseph Adorno up pretty good. You know, he been trolling Shakur, and I respect the trolling because I actually think he'll get in there and fight. So that's why I respect his trolling. But I like to see it, but you know, I can't complain about what's happening when there's clearly an intent for him to fight who people are calling the best of the best. You've seen it from Haney, despite how it went. You've seen the attempt there. You've seen the attempt with Loma. You see Loma took time off for boxing. You see the Pitbull Cruises, Williams and Peters of the world say no. Like, you see all of this stuff. Then you get to Frank Martin and another unfortunate situation. So it's just like, you hate to see that for a talent like that, man. You would like to see him get his just due and get the right opponent so he can prove his worth at 135. And I think Frank Martin would have been a good, you know, starting block. You know what I'm saying? Yoshino was a little warm up, but I think Frank Martin would have been a good building block had you going in there and won, especially impressively. You get what I'm saying? Make sure you bigger pay-per-view. Shakur becomes a free agent. Anything is possible in the sport, man. I hate it for the sport, though. Put on an amazing show in the first half of the fight of his last fight. Yo, you peeped that too, Teach, huh? I see what you're saying. You peeped that too. I thought he a bit of a front runner, just a bit. I think he slowed down a bit, and I think if you fighting a Shakur, and I noticed like it was interesting as he set the pace for the fight because you know he fought at the pace he wanted to because Adorno didn't really have much to offer, and he still slowed down, so he couldn't even maintain the pace that he set forth. And I see that being problematic. You fight Shakur, the minute you slow down is when you start getting picked apart even more. So it still would be a good fight to watch because De Los Santos definitely got that power and he definitely going to use it. He going to go for it. He's not going to come in there and lay down. And that's most important. Like, he ain't coming there to lose. He'll definitely be coming to win. I truly do think he can beat Shakur. So I would like to see it. You know what I mean?
What about Canelo and CHARLO coming up, man? Because I think that I'm rooting for CHARLO to win. I am, but I just don't believe he's gonna be able to do it because of that hand injury, man. A lot of people ain't really talking about hand injury. He said he slipped and said he's still rehabbing that hand.
You know what I
mean? And then Canelo happened to have the same hand injury before he fought Wilder, and he that hand injury is the reason why he didn't look good against Wilder. But here we go with CHARLO coming in with the same hand injury against him. And I think it's going to be a little too much for him to overcome, man. But I hope he do it.
I think the biggest uphill battle might be it's not so much being at that weight, but fighting at the weight, right? How you going to fight? How you going to perform with that weight on you? You get what I'm saying? So you got that. You got the potential fighting against the judges, probably coming in to fight down 3 rounds type deal. It's just a lot of it's an uphill battle for CHARLO. It really is. It's not gonna be easy at all. You know, salute to both of them, but I think he's the better athlete. But I don't know if that'll result into him winning the fight. You get what I'm saying? You got a lot of experience in Canelo, right? And I think part of me feel like he's gonna come into this fight looking better than he did in his recent fights. Something tells me, like, you get what I'm saying? I feel like he really gonna try to get up for this challenge. And I ain't saying he's gonna all of a sudden look brand new September 30th, but part of me feel like he's gonna look better than he did in his last few fights. And I think for that, he's gonna get up for the challenge. It's gonna be a tough fight for CHARLO to win. You get what I'm saying? And he gonna have to limit his mistakes, man. Like he really is. It's keep your back off the ropes. You got to really manage the first half of the fight, in my opinion. Like you can't let the first half of the fight get out of control for you at all. Like you got to be sitting pretty or in a good position at the 6 rounds, bro. And I really not say that because from my observation in Canelo's last handful of fights or so, you know, he likes to slow down in the back half of fights where I feel like people, you know, a guy like a Charlo is known to have pretty good conditioning. Now, I just don't know will his conditioning and things, stamina be affected with the extra weight and added weight, right? You get what I'm saying? But the fact that Charlo, you know, Canelo is not the you know, he's not the busiest of fighters. Maybe that's a small area where you know, Charlo could have some success and be able to kind of that'll help him, should I say, navigate through some of these rounds, I think, and be able to control things. Like Canelo don't fight at no crazy pace, to me, in my opinion. Like I think he's strong early. I think he like to go for it early, like I've been saying. And I think once that first 4 to 6 rounds go, if he ain't cut you real good by then, he kind of settles into you know, those patterns where he like to do a lot of bluffing and he just fight in spurts to me and kind of does just enough to win the fight. I don't think he truly goes for how he once did, but who knows? Like, you know, maybe he might try to prove something with Charlo, but I definitely see a more focused Canelo, man, and a sharper guy for this fight. For whatever reason, I see it. So it's going to be a tough fight for Charlo. I'm definitely rocking with Charlo. I'm rooting for him, but I know in my heart of hearts it's going to be a tough fight for him to win. It's not going to be easy, man. Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for Charlo, but he got a tough battle ahead of him, man. Canelo, Charlo undercard, fire. Your facts, Dub. It is, man.
What about the Mexican Monster and Boo Boo?
Mexican Monster and Boo Boo. Salute to Jordan C. Another one. That's a fight where, you know, my heart is with Boo Boo, but yeah, because I've been rocking with. Not that I don't like Benavidez, but, you know, I've just been watching Andre longer, and I've been a supporter of the dude's career through the ups and downs. And, you know, he had plenty of them. You get what I'm saying? And I always wanted to see him get a shot. So it's like my heart is with him, because I want to see him not only get a big fight, but win it. But that's another one where that fight is going to be tough. In this case, Boo Boo I want to say he gasses, but he slows down in the back half of his fights as well. And that could be advantageous to a guy like David Benavidez. All he do is come forward. You know what I mean? He won't come forward. So he gonna make it tough for Andre. But again, I feel like Andre is a damn smart fighter. He tricky in there. He a little awkward, unorthodox at times, and he can mix it up real good. I think he could present some issues, especially early for Benavidez. But my issue for him is you know, just can you maintain this? Because you get what I'm saying. Once you slow down, that's gonna be an issue. We've seen it with Caleb Plant. Look how well he did in the first half of the fight. If he repeated that effort in the second half, we'd be having a different conversation today. But again, Boo Boo is a different fighter, but still a hell of a boxer, tricky guy. I think he could duplicate or emulate some of those things that Caleb Plant was doing and had success, especially in the first half of the fight. But again, it's going to be important for him to maintain whatever pace he set forth. He's going to have to control the pace, and that's not going to be easy to do with a guy like Benavidez that got good condition and good gas tank, like to come forward, throw a lot of punches. You know what I'm saying? He can make things real difficult for you in there with that type of style. So especially for a guy that you know, will slow down at the back ends of the fights. Now again, he spoke about that. People saying you know, his gas tank and this, said his gas tank got him to 32-0. And how about that's as honest as you could call it. Like but you ain't see it yet to put him in a situation where you really say, damn, he about to lose. Like you haven't seen that, but you've seen the vulnerability there when he's in those situations. You've seen it. So
right, because it matters.
He gonna have some issues to deal with, but again, he gonna present some issues for Benavidez as well, because he's the better boxer for sure. He's the more skilled fighter, and it's all about controlling the pace and maintaining that pace in a way where you don't find yourself gassed at any point in this fight. Because I feel like as long as you fresh and you get what I'm saying, your chances of being able to control that fight is very good. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see his approach. And I always say this for any fight, those first four rounds be important. You know, dudes be they freshest there. So that's what I'm going to be looking for, how Andre to approach dealing with Benavidez, particularly early. And that jab that he's going to have to deal with. Benavidez got a heavy jab. So, and some real good body punches that can help deplete that gas tank. So, you know, he's going to have to control the geography of the ring. You get what I'm saying? He's going to have to box smart. And be his, you know, just be Andre. But again, you can't. You gotta come in with a full tank of gas. That I can't stress that enough. You have to. What that do, you got to.
Hey, big dose, man. You gotta stop putting words in my mouth, man. I never said that. I never said that. Don't be putting words in my mouth. I never said that.
I asked you a question.
And I said no. And I said because you put words in my mouth.
So how's you putting words in your mouth, bro?
Yeah,
you said I believe. Yes, you said you believe that
trying to.
And you said that came out your mouth, and I said you don't believe it. You said no. Okay, end the story.
I said this is what I believe. I said I believe that he agreed to a fight and turned it down, and that's a fact.
Okay, what else you believe that Bob said?
On that burrito.
No, Bob didn't say that. The WBC said that.
What else you believe that
the WBC said that.
What else you believe that Bob
No.
said?
This about this situation, the WBC said that. It's not about Bob. The WBC said that. I didn't say anything about what Bob said.
Does Crawford say?
What?
Do you just? I think I was clear. Do you believe anything that Terence Crawford say?
What has to do with Terence? We're not even talking about Terence Crawford.
You talk
and no, I don't believe everything that Terence Crawford says.
Fanboys and cults and stuff. Because
you are in the cult. You do talk like a cult member.
I don't talk like no cult, bro. I don't believe in no man more than I believe in myself, bro, and my family. Period. Period.
What's good, Coastal? What's happening with it?
I don't talk like no cult, bro. That's that emotional shit. That's that girly shit.
Ain't he cool?
Rapping.
Salute to you. What's good with it, Coastal? And salute to my bros, man. Both Big Dose and Big Dog Willie. What's good with it, Coastal?
I'm out of here, man. But I just make that straight. You can't be saying things that are not true.
Appreciate you, Big
Dog. Okay, then. Don't you say things that are not true. Because I ain't in no cult, bro.
Big Dose ain't in the cult. He's like, nah, I ain't in it.
So monkey ass out of
bro. Salute to you, Big Dose. I feel you, bro. I feel you say I am not part of the cult.
I ain't part of no cult. I'm just a brother like everybody else.
Nah, I feel
like
you, bro.
People with that stuff, they emotional, man.
We gotta believe what Bob says. He's in negotiations, not me. That teach. That's all I was saying. Like if we're talking about who I had to believe, and my choice is somebody that's, and this is not no shot at anybody. It could be me, somebody on the outside versus somebody that's in the inside. Like that's an easy choice for me. Like, and again, I feel like the comfortable answer for people or the response here is, "Oh, Bob is lying." Yeah, because that makes it that you don't want to believe what he's saying, because if that's true, then it makes the fighter look bad. I mean, if the only way he look bad in this situation, if he not being 100 with the information that he put forth. That's all. KO, what's good with it, bro?
I'm back, baby. What's good? What's good?
Talk to me.
What y'all boys talking about, man? I was on my call, but I was in the chat. Yeah. But I had y'all on
just pretty much
before Willie came in. We was talking about Boo Boo and
Boo Boo and Benavidez. He asked me about that, and I was saying
they need to announce that fight.
Yeah,
they need to announce that fight. That's a good fight right there.
And I see what I'm saying about boxing. Like, I don't always want to blame fighters. I don't know, but I hate the fact that we know that fight is there, and they just the announcement is lingering, and I hate it, man. We want to know what's going on as much as I could. I'm never going to be in those negotiations. I don't want to be, but I do from a content creator and a boxing fan. I be wanting to know what fight do I really got to look forward to. And like I said, that's how I felt about Frank and Shakur. That's just like a gut punch when you think you're getting a good fight and you don't.
I'm never gonna hold you, just dude. Once I found out that fight ain't happening, I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, man. When I first found out, I thought I was I knew I wasn't being pranked, but I was hoping I was. I swear I was. That was the only time I felt like I wanted somebody to be lying to me. Yo.
I'm over there like, this is bro. The fans wouldn't mind seeing,
Mm-hmm. And just to wrap up on that, because I don't really want to linger on it too much. Just the fan in me, I was looking at it wrong. It wasn't looking at it from his point of view. Who knows? But I'm looking at like, I look at here that money, then I see the opportunity, then I consider his age, and I consider how the opportunity came about. And for me, I was just feeling like, damn, that'd be enough for sure. He ain't turning shit down. And then some BS happened. So whatever, man. Maybe De Los Santos is next. I'll watch that too, because like I said, he been doing a ton of trolling. So
I doubt it, bro. It gotta be like some in-house shit, maybe, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that fight will ever happen in the near future?
What's that? Frank and Core?
Yeah.
Who knows? Like I hate blaming people, but I be hearing people saying like for him to make certain fights, he gonna have to get away from Top Rank. And I can't tell nobody what to do with their career, but I would hope that that's not the case. Like, especially if he gonna end up re-signing with him when his contract is up or whatever the case. I don't want to see that for no fighter, especially with that kind of talent. Like, I'm gonna just be real, and this is me as a sports fan. Like, that type of talent, you want to see them. You want to see just how good he is, and you can't see that if he fighting people that we know he's gonna beat.
I wonder if anybody remember the fight that Shakur had with Valdez when Bob Arum walked off the damn stage, bro.
Yeah.
Man, Shakur is not in the right place, man.
Yeah, man, it's just weird, and I hate to try to act like I know what's best for him, but as this happens, like you hate to see stuff like this. You just want to see these fights get made. First, it was Loma, bro. Yeah, I was almost for sure that was there too. I was like, yes. Finally, like you put this to bed. Yeah, I guarantee you when they fight, I know the outcome gonna be a convincing one. I don't care how competitive. I know it ain't gonna be no debatable. I just don't see it 7-5 with them two fighting. And man, look what they do. We don't get that.
Then that might happen though, Josh. That might happen, especially now that Loma know he definitely ain't getting no handy.
Man,
exactly.
Don't fight.
There you go.
Said this is your last fight with Top Rank.
Since we're not getting the Frank Martin and Shakur fight,
Felix, what's good with it, bro?
Happen.
I hear that they reaching out to De Los Santos. That's what I did hear. So I mean, I know Bob when he was just on Blue Channel, he ain't want to speak on the next opponent exactly, but
but he did say that they got it approved by the WBC and that they fight November 16th. So he got an opponent for him. He just ain't saying who it is.
Right. So, man, it is what it is, man. Salute to Frank the Ghost Martin, man. But I tell you what, I just think it ain't gonna be a better opportunity, not immediately anyway. Now,
you're right.
And when people throw Tank in the mix, I get it. That's wishful thinking, like you'll just keep winning and then you'll work your way to a Tank fight. That's not for sure in boxing, bro. Upsets happen all the time. That's not for sure. But what was for sure, and not even getting into all the details, what was for sure is that you was offered a title opportunity with a guy that you said you wanted to fight and would knock out. So that's the part. Like, man, shit, I thought that was enough. Like, man, I'm gonna go in here and beat his ass. I was hoping he was gonna say that, but I don't want nobody to feel like they ain't getting what they worth. I try to be consistent with that, and I can't tell you what to go get. But I'm trying to Shakur Beetle the way out the door.
I mean, Shakur, he do got options, bro. He got 3 options in this situation, right? Mm-hmm. Number 1, he got to get Bob Arum to start offering people and overpaying people the way Devin Haney had to overpay opponents for a little bit of his career to get them in the ring with him. Option 2, he got to start maybe taking less than what he's worth or what his perceived worth is to get these guys to get in the ring with him. Or option 3, he gonna have to leave Bob Arum to go get fights. Those are the 3 with everything. When you got Pitbull Cruz that ducks you, you got George Kambosos, Lomachenko, you got the Devin Haney situation, you got this shit with Frank Martin, you got Williams and Pater. That's like 6 or 7 names off the top of my head, bro.
Right.
When you got shit like this happening to you, you're gonna have to rethink some shit, and you got to go to Bob. If he believe in you, he may have to overpay somebody $2 million, $3 million when he only want to pay him 1. You may have to, you know what I'm saying, take less. Even though you don't want to, you shouldn't have to. But that's just how boxing is set up now. Or you may just have to leave your promoter so you can go get fights and
exactly what you're
take it from there. That's his only option,
right?
bro.
And you know they're gonna keep hanging their hat on the you don't sell things, so man, it's just whatever. So it's like the leveraging thing. This shit just weird, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like you see Tank announce an opponent. You see Tank announce an opponent. Say, bro, I'm way better than him, but I'll take what he took. What's happening? You see Teofimo announce an opponent, man. I move up to 140, bro, and I'll take whatever your opponent took. Right. What's good? What we doing? You see Loma come back and fight Cambosos. If he beat Cambosos or whatever, hey, whatever y'all gave Cambosos to fight Loma, I'll take that shit and I'll fight his ass in Ukraine. What's up? What we doing?
Yeah, he said Loma fighting next year. He said Loma fighting next year. He ain't say who, but you already know. I feel like it's Cambosos, man.
They can only be him with how they rob Maxie Hughes, bro.
He definitely wants that man back on the winning side of things. He don't want him taking back-to-back L's. And that's just unfortunate. Like, how the hell are you not going to be able to get your best fighter, the other fighter that you've been praising is your godson? No, I should have known you wasn't ready to pick him up yet. I should have known he wasn't ready to sacrifice his grandson just yet, bro. Should have known it. I should have just thought it. I should have just known. Like
these two slick American boxers ain't finna fuck up my grandson.
Yeah, like he was like, nah, ain't no man, but how could you do? It's like Bob, bro. And that again, me speaking, like again, I could talk about X's and O's, but that's the side that I really, urge myself to understand more and more as I create content. That's the side that get tricky, man. And just being able to see some of this shit sometimes before it happened, man, because I hate the games that they play. And I think they do a lot of playing on the people, man, getting us set up ready for fights that they don't even be having intent on making. And it's crazy.
And you know what, just one thing, even if you, and you're boxing, but even if you don't, if you really don't, you know what I'm saying, you ain't in the X's and O's like that. Right. We know Top Rank got good ass matchmakers and shit. Right. And they saw that Devin and Loma fight. They went to Bob like, say now, if you put Loma in here with Shakur, he's gonna beat his ass, right? It's gonna be all bad for him, right? Like
I hear it, and it's because I hear that PBC don't have matchmakers.
I don't know. I heard some shit like that in the past.
I could have swore I just heard that. I know I heard somebody speak about Top Rank and they matchmaking and having matchmakers where PBC don't. I don't know how true that was.
That'd be some stupid shit.
Right. Don't they?
I can't imagine, but they prospects do. They prospects like shit. They do be losing.
Right. Buckle up. What's good with it, bro?
Somebody let them put Jose Valenzuela in the ring with Edwin De Los Santos on short notice.
Appreciate you, Pride. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, Bole Morataya, I love to see that too. It's just I be trying to understand, like, we know what the good fights are, and I think they do too. But are they ready to make them? Because I think they invested in. I don't know to what degree, but it seemed like I don't think they'd be ready to put Morataya in there. Call Haney out. I mean, not Haney out. He said he wanted the winner of that fight. But I felt like when he sparked Nakathila like that, the only thing that popped in my head as a fight fan is, damn, it'd be cool to see him fight Shakur. I was like, went in there and dusted dude off.
That's what I've been saying, bro.
Yo, the guy that they said you struggled or you just didn't look good against, even though, because I got to add that, even though you 12-zipped him and dropped him, people don't forget that. It's just like, yeah, that was an off night. I'll take that. If that's an off night for your fighter, man, you give me that any day of the week. If that's an off night, beating somebody's ass like that, he just wasn't offensive is what you would have liked him to be. And that's why he apologized. He knew he could have did better. But I ain't mad at him for not wanting to get punched in his face by giving that dude no opportunities to get nothing slick off. Trayvon Marshall had no matchmakers. Either that or it was terrible matchmaking. That's the first time that popped in my head when I watched the fight. That immediately popped in my head because I see the number of fights. I think Trayvon Marshall had more fights, but I understood that didn't mean he had more experience. I knew that wasn't the case. And I'm like, is this a good fight? Because I'm like, I don't know. Like, and then when you see how it played out, what lost him the fight? I just don't think it was a matter of skill and talent. I just think it was inexperience. As soon as he got hurt, he tried to fight his way out of it like a young, brave soldier. And he landed a real good shot in there, but it still was a bad idea for him to fight that way. And it cost.
Hey, not to get off topic, what do you think about Tim Tszyu and Brian Mendoza fight?
Tim Tszyu, Brian Mendoza. I think Tim Tszyu got a real good chance at hurting Brian Mendoza and stopping him from them little upset streak. I think he kind of been going on. I think Tim Tszyu, man, look, he's getting more comfortable in the ring. I think he actually is turning into a pretty solid boxer, Tim Tszyu, right?
And they fighting in a 8x8 too. So
all that
movement and shit Mendoza like to do. They fighting in one of them small ass.
Oh, they fighting in the sandbox.
Yeah, they fighting in one of them hoes. So,
yeah, they put them boys in the sandbox.
That's gonna favor Tim Tszyu too.
They put them boys in the sandbox.
See, that's what I don't get. Like that for me, that's I understand fighters do that to get an advantage, but there has to be a limit because I know you want to get an advantage to win the fight, but that's kind of unfair. That like I understand it's to take it a disadvantage. It's to make your opponent have a disadvantage, but to the extent to what Tim Tszyu is doing, making it that small seems fairly. That seems kind of unfair.
It's not kinda unfair. No, I'm dead ass here, bro. It ain't kinda unfair. It's all the way unfair. Now, go watch Tim Tszyu versus Tony Harrison, right? They go to the middle of the ring. Tony Harrison take 2 shuffles backwards. He was at the rope, bro. He was at the rope. He shuffled backwards 2 times, dog. He was at the ropes, bro.
You right. Salute, dude.
He was at the motherfucker. So you think same problem, bro? He gonna try to take a half step back. His ass gonna be in the corner, bro.
Right.
So you think you guys think like do you think the reason why a fighter like Tim Tszyu chooses a small ring is because he can't deal with the big ring? He's not athletic enough.
If it's up to him, you want any advantage you could get, right? I mean, he obviously ain't the mover. He the hunter, so he coming in there. He's seeking destroy.
No. That's why I'm asking. Do you think?
Yeah,
Tim
Tszyu, if it benefit him, why not? I mean, I don't think it's the fact that he can't deal with him if he was in a bigger ring. But again, I think the smaller ring obviously gives him somewhat of an advantage, right? Especially, and it kind of takes away from what a guy that likes to move is able to do in there, obviously.
Is that what Fundora did with Mendoza, or did Fundora actually have a bigger ring?
I'm not sure. I don't remember that if that ring was smaller. And I don't remember feeling that way about it. I don't remember what it was, but I think people forget Fundora was winning that fight. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was up on the cards and got caught.
Yeah, I believe Fundora was up on
that might not be the case in there with Tim Tszyu. I don't know. Tim Tszyu is a pretty strong kid, man. And Mendoza do get hit. He can box, but he get touched. So
Mendoza is a boxer who refuses to use his defense, which is the oddest, which is a contradiction right there. He's a boxer that doesn't use defense. Explain that.
Douglas was good with it. Tom and Tail was good.
Mendoza? Nah, I think you got Mendoza confused with Fundora, bro.
Yeah, because Mendoza,
Mendoza got good defense. He a back-footed counter puncher. He can walk you in the shots. That's how he got Jason Rosario out of there. That's how he ended up getting Fundora out of there. Fundora is the one with no defense. Mendoza got pretty good defense. His problem is he don't let his hands go enough. And when you press him, like when he's fighting against Jesus Ramos, when you press him, if you can make him feel your power, he gonna look for that one shot. And if you defensively responsible, if you can stick to your defense, then he ain't gonna find that one shot. But if you get wild, he can find that one shot and put you down. But go watch him fight against Jesus. Go watch you fight against Jesus Ramos. Jesus' pressure and his ability to go to the body and how hard he hit, it made Mendoza put his hands in his pockets. And Tim Tszyu is gonna have the ability to probably do the same thing with his pressure, his hand speed, his power. If Mendoza feel like he can hurt him, Mendoza gonna go lateral movement, trying to survive, and it's not. He ain't gonna win rounds, bro.
Mendoza just try to press forward.
How can a mover? How can
he got some deceptive hand speed. I learned that in that Tony Harrison fight. I say,
his hands fast, bro. Yeah,
right. I say his hands faster than I thought, and that makes him dangerous because he could punch.
So with Mendoza, how can a mover like a guy with good footwork take advantage of a small ring knockout?
I mean, he gonna have to. He gonna have to turn him. It ain't really his footwork is cool, but he gonna be on the ropes and on the and in the corners just because of how small the ring is and how aggressive Tim Tszyu is. Right, he gonna have to turn. He gonna have to really turn him. Check out with a lot of left hooks. check out of there. So when he get in close to him, check out with that left hook and get the fight to the center of the ring. His whole goal got to be to turn Tim Tszyu and catch him off the turn. And then repeat that shit over and over and over and over again. I'm bagging up. I'm jabbing. I might throw a counter right as you come in. When you get too close to me, I'm checking out with a left hook right there in that moment where I turn you. I might let a combination go, and I'm right back to it again.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Well, Mendoza hesitates, is what you say. He doesn't let enough. He's a come forward defensive fighter, but he does like.
He's a back-footed counter puncher, and he'll put his hands in his pockets because he ain't trying to get knocked out. He'll put his hands in his pockets if he feel like you really got something. So he felt like Jesus Ramos had something. He put his hands in their pocket, lost that fight 190.
Yeah, he was ready to backpedal on that bicycle.
Jesus Ramos be bringing that smoke. That young boy be punching in there.
Can you imagine that fight, Tim Tszyu versus Ramos?
That's the one I want.
That's a fight.
Right, yeah, I can
that's the one I want. If Jermell don't come back to 154, if Terrence Crawford does move up to 154 and fight Earl, and he ain't fighting none of them young guys like that, Jesus and Tim Tszyu, shit, sign me up.
Right. Who wins that?
I got Jesus Ramos over everybody except Jermell Charlo. He my favorite fighter at 154 right now, bro. Coming up.
Ramos is solid. Yeah. He like 23, Fate. He young as hell. Good problem.
And I've said that, Coastal. I said this with I've said this. Ramos looks like he's a light heavyweight fighting at 154. There is no way he's a welterweight, man. that boy.
B salute, fam. He said Erickson Lubin plus 300 on DraftKings.
And he's gonna get his ass whooped.
I was about to talk about that fight because I read somewhere that he said he's looking for one-sided ass whooping.
You read that shit on Boxing Scene? You be in the same places I be on. I read that shit too. Yeah,
I like to read, KO. I like to catch them little joints because sometimes it don't be on video. So I'll be reading them little interviews and I'm like, one-sided ass whooping. You say, huh? Damn. Y'all both looking for the same thing because I think Ramos said well, what he said was if he dominate him, that'll show something, or he'll show that he raised something. He said like that if he dominated him.
He said something like he said if I dominate him, it'll show that I deserve my shot, or I'm at the top of the division. Something like that. He
belong, bro. Something. We be reading. I definitely be reading.
I already know.
I always go to all them little joints and read a bunch of little, you know what I mean?
Honestly, Jesus is going to do to Erickson Lubin what he did to the other guy.
The problem with Lubin against Fundora is he went into that fight the better boxer, but during the fight he wasn't showing that. He fought the wrong fight. It was way too much bravado, and I was surprised that the fight he continued to fight that way because with the coach that he had, I think I was Cunningham in the corner. I know he was screaming on him in here, and people started pushing the loaded glove stuff, and I'm like, yo, you get hit with that many uppercuts. You get what I'm saying? Like, consider that before you think foul play. Think about how many opportunities he gave him to punch him in the same exact spot. Like fighting the wrong fight. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, you're supposed to box him, I think, man. Mix it up. You weren't supposed to just stand there.
His ring IQ is not.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see Cunningham. That's why you see Cunningham always having to yell at him and shit, bro. He can't do the shit. Kind of how if you notice how JERMELL and shit, like it took the second Tony Harrison fight, it took the second Castano fight, like though they good if you give them good instructions and shit, but if they got to make an adjustment or something, it's not gonna go well. Lubin's problem is in this fight, he might not be the better boxer, bro.
But he had boxed with the turn.
From my view, salute. He said, how good can Marquise Taylor be? My most underrated. Listen, I interviewed Marquise Taylor from my view, so you already know I'm rocking with him. The old snatcher, man. I like Marquise Taylor.
That's the cat that upset Ghost guy, right? Yo, Elvis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. While we was watching it, I was calling it live, and I remember, people like, man, his style, this and that, and I'm like, I'm trying to tell y'all, it's a method to his madness. Just keep watching. few rounds in, people like, nah, Just, I see what you're saying. I'm like, I'm trying to tell you, if he was fighting that way and it wasn't working and he continued to do it, kill him. By all means, all the criticism, the fact that you pay attention, it's very effective and it's working. He neutralizing this dude power. He know exactly how to fight him. You could tell he was caught off guard by, he wasn't ready for it. And this was a, Olympian with, that's in his blood. I think his pops fought and all that, man. So dude got a pedigree, obviously, but he just wasn't ready.
Yeah, no, and you know what's sad about your Elvis after this loss? A lot of
like his energy, bro.
What's sad about your Elvis now? People are saying he just because of this loss, they're saying he's overrated now. Like he didn't deserve the hype that he got.
Who you are?
He overrated for sure.
Yo, Elvis?
I don't think that's bad. Like, bro, like it's some dude. I feel what y'all saying about Marquise Taylor.
Right.
But it's some dudes that'll put some paws on him at 154, bro. like he a good fighter and shit, but yeah, yo, Elvis overrated.
I'm making a prediction. Just Ramos does to Lubin what he did to your fate that Joey Spencer. To be honest, there is no way Erickson has a chance. I don't think he gets punches in on. That's how bad the beating is going to be. That he's not going to get any punches on now, look, Jesus.
Lubin, make no mistake, Lubin can box, bro. But to me, a lot is what his approach to the fight is going to be important. Like you got to have a game plan with this dude. You can't come in there and he got a tendency to throw that high guard up and just try to block it out. You cannot do that with a guy that's essentially an octopus and his gas tank come with a reserve. Like, don't even play with him like that. That's giving a guy like that. That's like target practice for him. So each time you throw up that high guard and he just gonna eat it up. I forgot who pointed it out. Like he's good at breaking the people high guards, man. So that's just not a good strategy for him. You got to make him.
That was a great point, bro. That was a great point because Jesus Ramos is the type of fighter you're gonna have to make adjustments. You're gonna have to think your way through the fight.
Right.
And Erickson Lubin likes to talent his way through the fight.
Right.
You're not gonna be able to do that, bro. Because this dude bigger than you, he's stronger than you. You talented in terms of you hit hard, you got power in both hands. But Erickson Lubin feet and his elusive, he's not elusive, bro. And his feet need to be planted to throw.
True.
Jesus Ramos got that. He got that sauce, bro. He got that sauce. You're gonna have to come with more than just I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna stand in mid-range, I'm gonna go talent to talent, and I'm gonna try to get with you. Or you gonna see a jab in your face. Yeah. That man gonna have your back to the ropes.
Right.
And then he gonna be doing you dirty, bro.
And he busy, so that's not gonna be a good strategy. You gotta force him to think in there. You can't let him do. I'm telling you, if you don't control the pace in that fight, you're in big trouble, man. I know what I'm saying with that dude, and he relentless. And a couple good shots ain't gonna do it for him. And I don't see no phantom punch being landed and him just getting out. I don't see it. You got to come in there with a game plan. That young kid is on his way to being something special, man. I'm telling you, he a two-handed fighter. That's something that I picked up on. He do not rely on one punch too heavily. He will crack you with either hand, and it could be all bad for Lubin. So I know he wanted one-sided ass whooping, but
bro, he made Joey Spencer look like a cab driver, dog.
You gotta go in there and focus on winning, bro. Just get the win. And I love Lubin because he don't turn down smoke. That's also what that tell you about him. So it is what it is. Man. I ain't gonna
make him work his way back up the hard way though, bro.
That's man, they ain't giving him no easy fight, no tough stuff.
CHARLO, man, you fight nothing but killers from here on out.
Well, they did give him what they give him. They did give him Luis Arias, I guess. Threw him a bone right there.
Yeah, they threw him a bone with that one, but I think he got in there with like Goucher. I think they threw him Gallimore. Gallimore pretty easy.
Right.
He got in there with Rosario. Got in there with Fundora. Now he getting in there with Jesus. They say you got to work your way back up the hard way.
Easy part this year where all the favorites win. Food for thought. Interesting. Yeah, Marquise got an interesting style. Like I ain't say he'll beat everybody, nothing like that. But
the Terence Crawford Earl Spence card was where all the favorites won.
Jesus Ramos definitely the real deal. Be in though. Yeah, man. So we already know Lubin got an uphill battle, and it's crazy because that's right on CHARLO card. Fighter that he still talk about fighting. Man.
And on that Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia card. And then the Tank Davis and Hector Luis Garcia card. Remember, that was a showcase card, bro. Like shit, you had Boots on there fighting somebody. You had Andrade on there fighting somebody. They just put a bunch of showcase fights on. All the favorites won that day.
Yeah, you're right. Because Ramos can actually box with his size. Absolutely. Absolutely. And he's smart in there. This is what I'm saying. Like, he ain't just no mindless zombie and no brainless come forward, throw a lot of punches. Nah, it's not that. His skill.
He's not David Benavidez. He's not.
He really beat you up in there is what I'm saying. Because the way he took apart Joey Spencer, bro. Oh, man. And it's funny because I seen Joey Spencer fight live. So, you know, I don't know about y'all. It's like TV is one thing. It's beautiful because you're going to get every angle that you need, right? You know, obviously than sitting in the seat, but it's still something different when you physically there watching. And I'm like, that's a strong kid. That was my takeaway from his fight. He got a knockout. I remember how loud his punches was sounding, even when dude was blocking him. I'm like, damn, this dude pretty damn strong. Yeah, I seen him in there against Ramos, and I felt like he was a little brother fighting his big brother, his big brother. Matter of fact, I was like, ain't nothing, not a single solitary punch that he threw bothered Ramos, in my opinion, in no way, shape, or form. That's how I knew the fight was over. And he got dropped early, and I think in the first round, and the way he got dropped, fell into the ropes. I was like, oh, it's about to be one of these. And yeah, man, I think what he got 6-7 rounds and got Joey about it.
That boy made his he made his daddy throw the towel in on him, but that was okay, bro.
Right.
That's how bad it was. When you have
outgunned, he looked like he had no business in there with that guy. Like, why is you fighting your big brother on TV, bro? Like, in front of these people. Why is you out here fighting your big brother in front of these people, bro? Because nothing bothered them. Nothing.
So just would you say Jesus Ramos is gas tank? Do you think Jesus' gas tank as expansive as like a David Benavidez, where they don't run out of gas?
I mean, listen, I be wanting to be real clear when I be speaking about gas tanks. It's just in my opinion, right? All fighters gonna get tired, but gassing, I think, is when you're unable to perform at a level where you know, or you just can't protect yourself. You start getting to that. You get what I'm saying? You get to the point you start getting touched up because you can't protect yourself and you're tired. You know, gassing and being tired is different, right? I think natural fatigue settles in for every fighter throughout the fight. But you got guys like a Benavidez that, if you want to call it, he get a second one and he gonna go. You get what I'm saying? So he got a good strong 12 rounds. Everybody can't go like that. But I'll tell you this, I did see he needed that second one. I felt like against Caleb Plant, because I felt like it was a little moment where he did get a little frustrated. He was getting a bit tired. And I feel like as he seen Caleb Plant getting tired, I feel like that's when he came on. I feel like obviously his gas tank is better, but that lit a fire under him when he seen it. It was just like watching a wounded animal. You see a guy, the energy draining from a guy, he becoming more stationary. Obviously, you get what I'm saying? When he clinch, he ain't clinching is the same way. You fighting out the clinches, clipping them with shots. It just got a little rough for Caleb down the stretch, but that was due to that gas tank. And I think that happens to a lot of fighters, man. Boo Boo might be one of them. I don't think he gasses, but he damn sure get tired and slow down in the back end. Shahad still my favorite at 154. I like Tucker too, man. Shahad Tucker. I think they took that fight from him in the last one. They damn sure took the fight from him. Wait up, not your hate up. He said he had to beat his ass. Ramos' uncle that got beat by Crowley. Yeah, the other Ramos. Forgot his name. It's Jesus and is it Abel? Jesus and Abel Ramos, I think. That's the other Ramos. I think. I'm not sure. He said, I said you knew Roja was going to come with something.
How did Janabek and Gutierrez, the winner of that fighting Eubank Jr.?
He said Janabek.
Yeah.
And Eubank, if there was a fight?
Yeah, the winner of Janabek and Gutierrez.
Yeah, I think Beck definitely going. I don't see him losing that fight. I don't even know who dude is, but I'm pretty sure they ain't put him in there with nobody that's about to beat him. Chris Eubank, I don't know. He looked polished and disciplined under Bomac. He looked like he was listening and stuff like that. I was a little impressed with the fact that he just got knocked out by that dude, and he found a way to pretty much like pitch a shutout. You know, he actually listened and he's keeping a jab in his face. I was hearing Bomac coaching up actually in that fight. He did his thing. I mean, and just listening again, I give him the credit I'm giving him too, because I remember hearing so many people feeling like he was going to get knocked out again. He was going to lose. You know, there wasn't much Bomac could do with that little bit of time. I was one of them people that said that too. I didn't think it would be so much he would be able to change. I don't think I even made no prediction though, or did I? No, yes, I did. I'm tripping. I said Chris Eubank at his best would beat Liam Smith at his best, and the reason I felt like he would be at his best is because he had. I read something about him having some fear of losing twice, and I felt like that'd be enough for him. I just felt like he had changed some things in the rematch because he lost. He'd wake up a little bit, and that's kind of what he did. And I felt like it. You know, he'd be on his best behavior that night, and look, that's what he got. I felt like him at his best would be better than Liam Smith at his absolute best. And even though Liam Smith claims it's believable, he say he had some type of injury, he couldn't train or whatever. He had a fat camp, basically had to drop like 40-something pounds, whatever he said, and guess that hampered his performance. That's what he going with, but he looked like he got beat up pretty handily to me from beginning to end. Tank Davis, David Morrell. And you know I can't say that name. Back to Mir. Elijah Garcia all won their fights on Tank's card. Yeah, they did. They did. That is true. It is Abel, right? Abel's the guy that wobble guys, right? They lucky Morrell can't make 160. Morrell's a problem, man. You're gonna be one. You're gonna be one for a while.
Fucking problem, bro.
I just want to see the fights for him, and I'm tired of people saying what he don't deserve, and he ain't did that. I don't want to hear that. That dude had a version of a title for how long now? He ready for everything. Throw him in there.
With who? With who?
Throw his ass in. You said with who?
Yes, with who?
Hey, be honest with you, man. If I had it my way, it'd be him and Benavidez that was about to fight. I ain't mad at Andre if he actually get the opportunity if they ever announced this damn fight, but I definitely, when I heard that him and Morrell was possible, I definitely wanted to see that because I just was coming across an old interview or a clip, should I say, Jose Benavidez Sr. calling out David Morrell by name, tagging him on Instagram, telling him it's time to fight, enough of the back and forth, something along those lines, and then you fast forward to some months after that, he said that, and he got to prove his name. It's like, yo, bro, are you serious? I was like, man. So I just don't be knowing what to think. I think his father be talking a lot. I think his son will fight whoever, but I don't know. His pops just seemed like I don't know, like he responsible in some way, shape, or form. Edwin De Los Santos is going to be a problem for Shakur's chin. We're going to see, man. We're gonna see. Ain't nothing wrong.
I don't know if he can hit Shakur, bro. I want to see that fight though. I prefer the Raymond Murray-Tyler fight though. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm telling you, why we can't. I don't understand why we couldn't. Why that wouldn't be a realistic option.
I was yelling for that one instead of them talking about fucking Jermaine Ortiz coming off of a loss.
I definitely take that.
I was yelling for that one, bro.
Definitely. I think realistically, I think he's just gonna outsmart Jermaine Ortiz. I do think you're gonna outsmart him. I think, and I ain't gonna say he just beat the absolute hell out of him. I think Jermaine Ortiz really can fight. I like he active in there. He ain't scared to get in there and fight and mix it up, man. So I think it'd be entertaining. But I definitely take more time, a guy that ain't lost and it's coming. He on the rise. Common
opponents and shit, yeah. Common opponents, yeah.
Knock out that, and then just the way he did them, I just feel like that'll sell itself in a sense. Like people gonna bring that up. That's the first thing. Soon as I said no, he didn't knock this dude out like God damn. All right, so Shakur's performance ain't shit, is what you said. He said that quick. He made that statement fast. I said, okay, well, all right, okay, bro, that's how you want it. Okay. Your last fight, you got knocked down in that one. You wasn't beat. He sharpened up for this one. I said, okay. All right, Raymundo. Like
wait, Raymundo was talking trash.
Raymundo, but nah, I know he said he wanted the winner of the Haney and Loma at the time. I think that was on that card, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what he said.
So, this has this ever happened in boxing in the past few years where a guy has been unified simultaneously in two divisions at the same time? Like, for example, being unified at 135, then he gets unified titles at 140 or 130.
Saying is it been a simultaneous unified champion? What'd you say?
Yeah, like for example, if someone won like they got unified at 135 and then they get unified either at
Crawford right now.
Crawford?
I think he mean like simultaneously unified like in 2 seconds.
Like at the same time.
Don't get me the line, man. I had to check, to be honest with you. I'm not sure because I can't think of nobody right off the top of my head. Unified.
Did Oscar do it when he was fighting?
I'm not.
Knockout. Do you know?
Sure. This guy.
Say it again, bro. Go ahead.
In the past few years, like the past 5 or 6 years, do you remember? Has there ever been a fighter that's been simultaneously unified at like in two divisions at the same time, like either at 130, 135, or 135 or 140?
In those weight classes, I don't think so. Usually when they move up, they make them drop their belts. They don't let you. They ain't letting you tie up two divisions like that. I've seen people be unified and then be a champion in another weight class.
Mm-hmm.
But you see that more common in the weight classes where Bam is. Basically, Bam Rodriguez.
I mean, it's 2 pounds between the weight. So the jump from flyweight 112 to junior bantamweight is 6 pounds, but it's 3 weight classes. The jump from 140 to 147 is 7 pounds, but it's 1 weight class. So it's easier to do that in those weight classes. But for the most part, them sanctioning bodies, brother, ain't letting you have no 7 belts at once where you undisputed down here and unified up there and you got all these mandatories and shit. Dudes start getting stripped.
Hey, Rosie, you a fool. He's stupid. Oh, man, he was a fool, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna have to eat their words. Some people gonna be eating some crow. I'm telling you, yo. I know I see something, man. I seen a certain somebody get to a division, and then I seen an extreme level of hate. I said that's all you had to do for y'all to show y'all true colors. Call somebody out, and y'all just start losing y'all minds. I'm like, damn, I ain't know y'all hated them like this. I ain't never heard people make a whole post. I be laughing scrolling IG sometimes. People be making a whole post mad and shit that fighters keep saying how good he is. They calling him an undisputed fantasy champion. I'm like, yo, how you mad that the people that shared the ring with those 2 fighters that y'all know what I'm talking about, they keep saying one of them is levels ahead of the other guy. You just think everybody lying because they cool with him? I don't think so, man. I think that's real. So I just think people, they can't accept that. And I think they know a real threat when you see one. And I'm going to keep saying it. This is why anytime, and this is moving forward from this point on, because the door is open, it's never going to be shut. Like once they open the door, once he got here, it's over now. They don't like you no more, bro. So it's because you're a threat to some of these dudes' favorite fighter. And secretly, these fans are telling you they're not really as confident in their fighter as they should be. So they're not real fans the way they should be because they're scared to see him get in there with a guy that they really think can beat him. This is why they rather focus on like anything that's can hold him potentially in a negative light. Just pay attention from this point on. And remember, I said it, if you don't already see it, they jump all over it. Notice more than 90% of the conversations that have been surrounding Shakur in the last 2-3 months have been about rhetoric and like borderline slanderous type narrative pushing. None of it is about what kind of fighter he is. That should be concerning for the people that be having those conversations. How could you speak for hours on end about an individual and you never one time bring up skill set. It's not that much gossip in the world to focus on. And I'm telling you, people do a hell of a job at creating it, bro. But they don't, all this rhetoric, you don't never hear who would actually win the fight and have somebody break it down to you. And I said this and I've been saying it for a couple months now. I still ain't hear nobody be like, well, you know what? I feel like X, Y, and Z. Because that's not the conversation that they vested in. They rather talk about this stuff. Yeah, let me see if I can make him look like something that he ain't. None of that shit means nothing if he gets in the ring and beats the absolute hell out of the fighter that you lobbying for. So it's like none of this stuff matters to me. That's why I say when people make it seem like I'm defending, I don't have to defend him. I ain't defending him against this. When he fight, that's the guy that I defend, the skill set. I ain't got to defend the little spats on social media and go back and forth for him. He do that shit himself. But when he get in that ring, he gonna show you what it is. And I think a lot of people know that. So they rather have conversations centered around shit that don't got nothing to do with who he actually beat and why a lot of people think that this dude would lose. You know what I mean? If he got in the ring with him, it's a reason for that. So I'm cool with I adjusted to the slander now. I know what time it is with you guys. Javon Marshall not on the main card. That is true. I broke it down. Salute to Jonathan, man. But yeah, man, it is what it is. But that's what it is. That's where we be at in he said he was the opener. Look it up. Ramos will win, but he will have to earn it against Lubin. I don't think Lubin gonna be like just food, right? I think he's gonna put up a challenge for sure. I don't think he's gonna just, you know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna just do it. I don't think he's gonna Charlo him or nothing like that.
He said Charlo him?
You can't afford one of them. Don't get Charlo. That can't happen.
That's an ass whooping.
Like Ramos, but that's a tough fight for you, buddy. That young kid is a buzzsaw with talent. That's the thing. Typical buzzsaws, I ain't gonna try, dudes that be throwing on punches don't typically have I think the IQ and the skill set of this dude. And he understand what he doing. Like,
what you want to see in the heavyweight division right now, man?
Placing them joints. And they count. And them joints hurt too. He said the card doesn't begin when you start watching. This guy thoughts on Carmel possibly being on the Canelo. Hey man, that'd be great exposure for that young kid. What is he, 17 years old?
They need to get his ass in there with Lee Wood. That should be fire, bro.
Yo, I thought it was just me, bro. I ain't want to be the one to come out and say it, but I just didn't feel like it was a stretch the way people did when Mayweather said that. I said it's got to be some type of reason why he said that dude's name, and I don't want to hear no clout. I'm talking about from the opposite standpoint.
What name are we talking about now?
Lee Wood and Carmel Moten.
That's that dude. They say Mayweather, little Mayweather.
Yeah, I just want people to shut up with the tank comparisons. The only thing that make them similar is their light skin. That's it for me. That's it. That's pretty much it. Every time I've seen this dude, any little tapes, sparring footage, I've never once watched him and be like, that's the next tank. They don't fight nothing alike to me. Nothing alike. Or just nothing. They're light skin. That's it. That's about it. For me.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't see too many other comparisons. Now, maybe I can obviously look and you can find something, but to just say that, like, what are you really like? Are you basing it off the look? Do he look like the next? Like, what is it? Because he just don't fight. He's busy ass young boy, man. He got a pace about him. I wonder if that's how he gonna fight. I wonder what his fight game gonna look like when he actually, do turn pro. So I'm gonna be watching out for the young kid because he getting a lot of praise.
Most time when they get stamped by Floyd, the motherfucker be cold, bro.
Yeah, they do. Right. Seem like he got a good work ethic and shit already. He got some qualities about him that it's a good thing you don't got to teach and he young like that. So say Lee Wood get stopped. I'm telling you, Carmelo, because he think his activity, like that's how he gonna be fighting for real. It's a busy dude, man, from some of this footage I seen. Carmelo Jermel and Tank just yeah. Short light skin. That my bad. That's the other one. Short. And I don't know if Carmel got tattoos because that's about as far as it go for me.
They say they clone Tank.
They just be trying to put that unnecessary pressure on the fighter. Why he just can't be the next Carmel Moten and the only one like that? That's what I be thinking when I see fighters. I'll point out similarities, but I'll be very specific with them. Nobody is the next nobody to me. Like I've hated that since I've heard it. The next this. Nah, there's not the next that. He the only whoever the hell he is. That's it, bro. Do we got do things like this or that? Like when they say Shakur is the next Floyd. I've heard that. I hate that. Yeah, don't do that to him, man. Like, listen, he a bad boy, but Floyd, there's Floyd, bro. As I say, ain't no next Floyd, bro. I ain't saying can't nobody do what he did, but I just hate it's unnecessary. It's an unnecessary comparison. Is he very defensive minded? He got real good defense like Floyd. Yeah, that's the similarities, things like that. But as they don't fight alike to me, their style's not exactly the same. You get what I'm saying? Just the defense. That's what makes me remind me of Floyd when I think of Shakur, just how good he is defensively. And I just leave that right there. Ain't no Floyd, bro. Floyd is different. You said, yo, Andy Cruz. I don't know. I'll be hearing good things about Andy Cruz, bro. Hearing some good stuff about him.
He put in that work with Bozy, bro.
I just want to see how he continue to develop. I seen his first fight. He looked like he's definitely well skilled, fast, sharp, smart. He learning. I just I think that the obvious knock right now would be maybe the power, maybe. But you just want to wait and see because after one fight, you just don't know. Like I believe in giving him some time to at least make the proper transition to a professional, and I don't feel like that happens all in one fight. Especially when you spent so many years fighting a certain way. Like you can train, you get what I'm saying, all you want, but you actually got to get in there and fight. And, I just believe acclimate to being a professional fighter and really sitting down on your punches. If that's the case, I want to, because that's going to be the icing on the cake right there. You know what I mean? Punt, man. He cold, seeing him footage in person, whipping dudes over Carmel. He seemed like he active, bro. Dude, be busy. He be on it.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, when you start comparing people to Tank and Shakur and all I need to see what you do is like give me one pro fight. Give me one pro fight before we start comparing you to dudes that's like really like that pound for pound level talents and shit, man.
And when people don't even be getting it, your whole amateurs, and it be coming from people that didn't even see him having no fight. You seen a couple clips in the gym. Then you see light skin, you see do-rag, Tank Davis. Shut up, man. Shut up. I don't see no damn Tank Davis. Don't say that no more. Don't say it. Don't say that to me no more, bro. Like that don't mean he's not good, but I just hate that foot fighters. Why do y'all put that on him already? He ain't trying to be no Tank Davis. Nah, man. Like you don't try to be Tank Davis. That Tank Davis is Tank Davis, bro. It's one of him, bro. It ain't no next that fast. He's still boxing. Damn, it's a next already. He ain't even get out of boxing yet. Nah, ain't no next, bro. Young Carmel, man. I like him, man. I like his energy. He look like he gonna be tough to deal with.
I just hope what I do hope though, real talk, is that he learned from Tank, and even though he working with Florida, he under Florida, whatever, still talk for yourself, bro.
Right.
Because that was a huge mistake that Tank has had in his career, bro. Was letting Floyd and Leonard kind of drive his narrative and talk for him and shit. Talk for yourself, bro.
Right.
We can work with them and still use Floyd's name. You'll still get people to be fans of you just because they were fans of Floyd. You still get haters to tune in and watch you just because they hated Floyd. But don't let Floyd and Leonard get in a Carmel Moten press conference. And we don't hardly hear from Carmel Moten.
Then it was Devin, then Shakur. Yup, they're always comparing. Yup, that trend. Know what I mean? Floyd was pushing that seemed like for man. He was vouching heavy for Dev. He probably caught one of them sparring sessions and started. He said, "Nah, I might need to chill." Floyd seen that damn sparring session. He said, "Nah, I might need to chill." Might need to chill. Said the next this or that. Just chill. I'm telling y'all, I love picking with y'all because I really support both guys. But I'm telling y'all, it ain't no fight when I say confidence, like the level of shock. Like if Devin Haney was to get in the ring and beat Shakur, I would be more shocked than seeing the way Earl Spence lost. Like that, it'd be that level of shock for me. That's how in my head, from what I've been watching, it ain't got nothing to do with being in fans. Like, yeah, I just don't see what certain people see. So and again, I heard one of the most interesting takes I've ever heard on him was somebody said they felt like, and they said this years ago, and they said they felt like he peaked out and they felt like all his performances look the same. They said they don't feel like he's progressing like fighters progress. Like you don't really see different tools, and from fight to fight, they don't see the growth. And that was coming from one of the more respected guys amongst this YouTube space, one of the historians of the sport. I was like, man, that's single-handedly one of the most unbiased and unhateful takes I've ever heard on Haney in my life. And I'm like, damn, it's interesting when you think about it.
He said he don't see what in Haney?
He didn't see the growth and like him developing like that. And he felt like he peaked out already. And this was a couple years ago. He said like his performances and this is, this was a whole conversation on some my panel. Since then, bro. Matter of fact, ain't no secret. It was rest in peace to him, the OG Curtis Anderson.
Yeah.
When he was on Blue Channel, I never forget he was saying that. you know how everybody else. I was like, damn, that's interesting. And then you look and you can't say at all you don't see what he's saying, and you just know coming from a guy like that, there's no hate involved whatsoever. It's an honest observation, bro. Like I've seen people. And now I'm very observant. I don't type all the time. I call it what you want. I'll hit the like button. I don't never notice. I will never be in your comment section arguing with what you talking about. That's just not across YouTube. I got my own channel. If I disagree with what somebody's saying that much, yeah, you go. You know what I mean? You go live and talk about it yourself. I feel like if you're a content creator, so
I like. The assessment of Devin Haney, bro. Devin Haney fans don't like when you say this, but at the end of the day, it's gonna come a time. Like if we just take it down to just being without getting too technical about it, right? It's going to come a time in every fighter's career where you're gonna get in there with somebody. They may not be as skilled as you. I don't think Marcos Maidana is as skilled as Floyd Mayweather, bro. Nowhere close.
Nope.
I don't think that Jose Luis Castillo. I don't think Jose Luis Castillo is as skilled as Floyd Mayweather, bro. But there is gonna come a time in every fighter's career where you're gonna run into somebody to where they skilled enough to where you're gonna have to sit down and you're gonna have to fight with.
Right.
And I do not see Devin Haney in that moment being able to overcome that, bro.
Yeah.
That is the issue. It's only so much jabbing and lateral movement that you can do before you run into somebody that know how to take away a jab. Before you run into somebody that know how to cut off the ring and make you sit down and fight. Hell, Loma did a pretty good job of it. But he's a featherweight with no real crack at 135 and well past his prime. Now, let's say you fighting at 140 and you get in there with somebody that's powerful that can cut off the ring, that is very skilled.
Right.
And now you got to sit down and fight with them. Then what? That's always been my problem, bro.
Right.
That's why I've always said Tank and Shakur, I rate them higher than Devin, bro. I like his jab. I like his lateral movement. He got pretty good defense, good reflexes. But eventually, bro, you ain't finna out jab and grab and just outbox everybody, bro.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sit down and fight.
Somebody going to make you fight. True. And I think that's just logical to believe. Like, and just to be fair, so people don't think I'm being just one side, that is the same for Shakur. Somebody is going to make him fight. You get what I'm saying? You're not going to just have it all your way. And that's why I be itching for the more competitive fights or the most competitive fights, because I want to see that. I want to see him get tested. Like, you can't be scared to see that. You really think a guy that good, you should want to see him in there with everybody that's dangerous, man. That's how I want to see it, man. That's the only way you're going to know. And I'm telling you, man, some of these dudes, like I said, these boxers, they can box. The issue is going to be, can you fight with guys when it's necessary? Because if you can't hang, it gets problematic, man. You can't just outbox any and everybody the entire fight. You get what I'm saying? I think it's just that it takes the right person to force that kind of situation.
Yeah, bro, like if Ray Leonard had to sit down and fight when Tommy Hearns was doing his thing in the first fight and Ray Leonard had to come back in the second fight, bro. If Floyd Mayweather had to sit down and fight with motherfucking Marcos Maidana, bro. Like Devin, you gonna have to sit down and fight, bro. You like you not like I don't care what even the biggest Devin ain't like, bro, he ain't as good as them. He ain't as good as them. And they had to sit down and fight. It's only a matter of time, bro. And all that slapping your punches and not being comfortable on the inside, that shit ain't gonna cut it, bro.
Yeah, right.
That shit not gonna cut it, dog. I'm trying to tell you.
And again, speaking to bro's assessment, that's one of the things he's speaking on too, and just the development. You don't see it. You get what I'm saying? From fight to fight, you're not seeing like those improvements you look for in that bag. You're looking for the bag of the fighter pretty much to see, really what he really got. And like I said, I've seen people come out and critique him one way, but they caught on very quick that that's not popular to do because it's going to be a lot of resistance. And I've seen people backtrack on I'm telling you, like I see so much in this space, people do not think for themselves. If they think that somebody going to come at them for their opinion, certain people, they'll switch it up. Like
that's why you get the respect you get, bro. Just keep talking.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen people go from saying he's boring and this and that and to oh, I love him and I'm just like, like the whole post, like this is no way I'm creating this in my head. You had a whole post. I'm going in and on the fight. I can remember which fight you was going in and everything. I remember it. The Gamboa fight. People had a lot to say. They was bored. I personally, look, I'm just being honest. It was a long day. I was getting tired. I'm not trying to be funny. I know I don't do that with a long day,
but it is funny though.
I don't think I've seen the whole entire fight to my memory. I'm not trying to be funny in no way, shape, or form. And I guess because I bought into the, I ain't really buying to it, but I was looking for those moments because the only thing I remember him saying is you was gonna outdo Tank, and I was like, see the unnecessary pressure that you could just put on yourself. Like, why you gotta why fighters don't be like, you know what, I'm gonna outdo my last performance? Why?
Your boy do that too, though, and that's why I get on Shakur about that shit. Listen, Shakur and Devin, y'all are boxers, bro.
Right.
Just say you gonna win the fight, and you gonna make it look easy. And if you stop him, then you stop him. The person that could say he going for the knockout, don't never say he going for the knockout, bro.
Right.
Like, y'all are backwards in the motherfucker. Tank don't never be like, man, I'm going to knock his ass out. He just be going out there for the win. And then Devin and Shakur always talking about they gonna knock somebody out and don't never knock nobody out, bro. That shit crazy, man. They need to stop that, bro. They are masterclass boxers.
Or be like, I'm gonna stop him. I'll probably stop him.
I'll probably stop him. And he tried everything he could to get Conceição out of there, bro.
I will say this though. I don't think like it's just in his, for him to be a puncher per se, but I do think he got enough to get your respect. I think that's important to be at 135. I think being in any fight where you can't get the respect of your opponent is very dangerous. And I know Yoshino ain't no world class. I know he ain't no Tank Davis, and even Devin ain't none of these dudes, right? But I specifically recall them punches looking a little bit heavier. Like I remember specifically saying this dude hurt this guy. And I remember being at the Conceição fight. I remember the doctors was checking on this dude for several rounds in a row. Like I remember he was beating his body up. He was walking him down, just beating on this dude. And I'm like, I was thinking they were gonna stop it. So I'm like, he got a little bit of mean in him. Like, you get what I'm saying? I see it. Like, if he get comfortable in there, he gonna try to walk you down. So that's why I wanted to see this damn fight for so many reasons, because I know what I see with him, man. So Tank just wants to beat you up.
He can get stoppages though. Shakur's way, bro, is using them skills to catch people with a bunch of shit they don't see coming, bro.
Accumulation, right? That's what he was doing with Yoshino.
Yeah, just catch him. He gonna catch you with shit you don't see coming. I'll skill you, and it's gonna be sharp. And now your head getting popped.
And it was sharp. That's what I remember. The punches was sounding louder than the last time I watched. I look for little stuff like that, and I know that might not sound like much to y'all, but I'm like, it's clearly some weight on these punches is what I'm saying. No, he ain't no puncher, but seeing that fight, and I know that's that guy. I'm not saying he's gonna get in there and knock everybody out like that, but I see him being able to get your respect. And I'm telling, for me, that's very important. You cannot be in there with somebody that don't respect what you got going on. Every fight that I've ever witnessed, to my knowledge, where a fighter really showed no respect at all, very rarely do those guys lose. That don't have none at all, and you don't have nothing to keep the guy off you. Nah, ain't all that outboxing in the world when you can't hurt the guy and he can hurt you. Nah, bro. And your defense ain't
what Mauricio Lara do to Josh Warrington in that first? He was like, "Say, bro, you weak as hell, bro. I'm finna walk through you, dog." He just kept coming. It ain't matter what Warrington was trying to do.
And I always use my favorite one, Paulie and Porter. Man, he treated him like
he ragdolled that man.
Treated that man like a kid. I'm like, see, that's what happened when a person don't respect your existence in the ring. He didn't respect his existence as a man. Sean Porter said, "There's no way I'm not knocking this dude out." And he just treated him like, no, it was no game plan. I don't want to hear it. Go ahead, lie to yourself. Sean Porter ain't need no game plan for Paul. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and get him out of here. Not even gonna play with him.
And Sean Porter ain't even a puncher, bro.
You ain't hear me? Salute to my bro William, old school. I thought you heard me, bro.
You know, you better talk to William, bro. William,
you know I got love for my bro Will, man.
Hey, William will make you stop the whole show, and he'll keep repeating it in the chat.
TKOs, right. I think he could TK like a Cambosis. Like when he was telling Cambosis, "I'll stop you." Immediately when he's saying that in my head, I'm like, I don't know what y'all hear, but I could see TKO type stop beating his ass type stoppage. Like I can see that because he won't win around.
He won't win around, and Shakur is like mean with it. He'll just he'll doing like he did Jamel Herring, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And he'll force it. Like I can see those
demoralizing ass where the ref is like, bro, he hitting you and making you miss over and over again.
Right.
You ain't doing shit. You know what? Throw in the towel.
You can't tell me that's not aggravating. So again, man, he showed me he ain't gotta be the biggest or the strongest, the fastest, and none of that. But I'm comfortable feeling that he's smarter than these dudes in the ring. And I think that's the part they keep, because you still got people talking about pillow fists. I'm like, all right, yeah, you more than likely getting there with him. He'll beat your ass. More than likely. It's just like people that worry about tank power. You more than likely, if that's what you worried about going into the fights, like the obvious shit, like something that you can't change, how hard, I say this all the time, hard that man punch, you probably already lost because you don't even know what it take to beat the dude. You worried about something you can't even change, how hard he punching it, or you get what I'm saying? That's what your focus is. Then you get in there and then you find out that he actually boxes, and you have to find out the hard way. And like I say, if you unlucky, like people like Rolly, 6 rounds into the fight, somebody explaining to you as you walk out the arena what round you got clipped in. You see what I'm saying?
What happened? What happened? What happened to me?
A strange man waking you up out of potentially the best nap you ever took in your life. You get what I'm saying? Like it's different. You got to make Tank doubt himself. I really believe for him to be beat, that's what got to happen. You got to make him uncomfortable and make him doubt himself. You got to create that. You get what I'm saying? Make him feel like, yo, I'm not going to figure it out. And I don't know how y'all watch his fights. To me, look at him. Like it's like fighting at home. It don't matter where he fighting at. That's his show. It's like he relishes the moment. And I feel like because of that, like he embraces the moment and fighting you and taking whatever it is that he's going through out on you. And it worked every time. And I'm telling you, and I think they make the mistake they making with Tank is the same mistake, and I hate to bring this up, but not really because it's boxing, right? The same mistake people made with I think Bud Crawford and Earl Spence to a certain extent. People were so heavily focused on his resume that you didn't realize the talent that was in the ring, and we had to learn it in real time. For some people, that resume was win fights.
And learn that hard lesson. Shit, I'm one of them people.
You get what I'm saying? In that situation, I think Tank is that kind of situation. I think despite the lack of people that you feel like he is or ain't fighting, I think you still got to realize the talent that's in that ring. You would be a fool to think like it's all about who he is and ain't fighting as to why he's winning. You got to just tip your hat, man. And for those that's able to recognize that, I think they'd be halfway decent going in there. But for the ones,
the key thing you said, bro, is that how you watch him, because you said you have to make him doubt himself, because and basically what you're saying and what I'm hearing is, and I agree with it, you got to make him change the way he fight. Because right now, Tank fight like, bro, it's only a matter of time. I'm gonna counter something. I see what you're doing. When I catch you with this shit, it's gonna be over with.
You think you boxed to win rounds? I think he boxed to knock you out. And I don't want to say he's just banking on a knockout. No, I say he boxed to hurt you. He don't really box. He don't care about
like, it's only a matter of time. You threw that combination in the second round. And you threw it in the fifth round.
Right.
Bitch, throw that shit one more time.
Right.
throw that shit one more time. See what I'm about to do to your ass, boy.
ISO salute, fam. Yeah, Rashid salute. I just don't feel like he boxed to win rounds. I think he just boxed to hurt you. And people might think I'm tripping. Look at his approach. How many people do you know are comfortable throwing 6 punches and it's still win the round?
How many watch a Tank fight? If you're gonna watch a Tank, bro.
Right.
I think if you're gonna watch a Tank fight, I've said this to you before, and I've said this on your platform before, and I try to tell people this. If you watch a Tank Davis fight, you can't watch him the way you watch Shakur. You just need to watch and you need to see if he landing clean. If he landing clean, then you just know you getting ready for a knockout at some point in the fight, bro.
Right. It is. He's setting you up for it. Because
like Ryan got right up. Ryan got right up in the second round. And I was like, oh, it's he getting knocked out. He catching you clean in the second round. This shit over with. Same with Hector Luis Garcia. They was like, what a competitive round 4 for Hector Garcia and Tank Davis. I'm like,
you said that. Yo, that's the fight I need to look up.
This shit over with.
I'm about to type that in so I don't forget. That's the fight I just wanted to watch again. I'm glad you said it. I meant to watch this a week or two ago. Man, I just wanted to rewatch that fight for some reason. I got
the Hector Garcia fight.
The Tank and Hector Garcia fight.
You gonna see he catching him. You know the result now, right? But you gonna see that he catching him clean in like the third or fourth round, and then you gonna automatically be like, oh, I see why the fight over with. He was catching him clean from the third or fourth round, and shit was over with, bro.
It ain't fair, bro. It just don't be fair. He don't box. He don't care about them points, bro. You have to hurt him. That's gonna give him something to think about, because if all you're doing is landing shots here or there, that's no different than the mild success that the rest of the opponents have. That's not going to change the way he approached the fight at all. He's going to continue the same path. He's going to create an opening at some point, because he's not only a heavy hitter, but he's accurate. So it's like you might not throw a lot, but the accuracy is high. So it's like, again, how many people do you know are comfortable throwing 6 punches in a round and will win it? That's it's almost a little cheat code. I'm trying to tell you, bro. You doing all that work, Ryan and Garcia.
A perfect example, bro. If you watch, if you rewatch, I like. So one of my favorite fights to watch with Tank is the Barrios fight. You go to round 10 of that fight, they were like, "Oh, Barrios is having a good round. He's doing good." 3 punches later. It's a Tank Davis round. He done knocked his ass down, hurt him twice, landed big shots, had him doing a stanky leg, and all in a matter of like 30 seconds. Mario Barrios was doing pretty good for like 2.5 minutes, bro. And then the last 30 seconds of the round, Tank Davis landed a left hand and a right hook, and the boys start wobbling and going down. And they were like, well, he was winning the round until Tank's power punching, and then he stopped him in the 11th, bro. It's shit like that, bro. Same thing with Rolly. They thought he was doing good, but if you go look at it, in round 2, Tank was landing counter left hands on him, had him stopping in his tracks.
Right.
Like, oh, man, this shit over with. It's a matter of time. And he stopped him with a counter left hand in the middle of a combination.
The fact that he didn't sit down nor turn that punch over for real and still got that result, to me, will for always be crazy. I get it. Rolly kind of, walked into it. I still think people need to realize the natural power that it take to just shut somebody. Like, it was no planting of the feet. Just think about it. That's a little ass dude that's generating them type of knockouts, and he athletic as hell. That's why I feel like, you know, he'll be able to keep up with whoever y'all think he can't keep up with skillfully. I think that's a mistake.
Already.
Just don't
well,
see.
Look, Judge, I'm a run, bro. You have a good rest of your night, man. Y'all smash the like button. Subscribe to my homie channel, man. I love when you be live like this. I love coming up here and cooking with you, bro. Keep doing your thing.
Man. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep building.
Much support to you, bro. Much respect, dog.
Salute to everybody in the building, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the build for today. Hopefully I didn't stress y'all out too much with this conversation. And again, just to wrap up, man, salute to my bro KO. Appreciate him coming up here building and the rest of the fan. Again, y'all, over here, I love the good conversation centered around boxing. I'm never having conversations trying to diss the fighters. I like to get clarity to any situations. You see how boxing do us. They throw us little bits and pieces out there, and they leave us to kind of put the pieces to the puzzle together. And I hate that about boxing, but it's unfortunate, but that's what the reality is sometimes. Kind of like that with this situation, bits and pieces coming out. At the end of the day, I respect both fighters. I hope they do get their just due. Maybe they revisit this fight sometime down the line. But like I said, I'm going to stand tall on my words. Frank Martin was never a duck. He ain't going to be no duck to me. I'm not pushing that narrative. Shakur Stevenson definitely ain't no duck. You can't find nowhere in his history where he actually turned the fight down. So I just don't see a duck with him, and same for Frank, man. Salute to both. Hopefully Shakur get a meaningful fight, a solid fight, a good opponent that's worth us watching. Salute to Miss Joette. Peace, Queen. Appreciate you stopping through 10 fights every 15 times each. I'll never get sick. Have a good night, Queen. Salute to the kings and queens. But again, real quick, keep Thurman, keep talking. Excuse me. I like he want to fight Boots. Show me. That's where I'm at with it. Like you say, you'll fight him. The contract. Show me at this point. I don't want to keep hearing it. I would love to see it. And Danny Garcia mentioned that he would like a shot against Terence Crawford. He think that's a realistic possibility. So we'll see. And Mario Barrio said that as well. He get a win over Ugas, he'd like to fight Crawford. So that'd be crazy if he fought either of them dudes, which I seriously doubt. But with that, that's all I got on this. Appreciate everybody in the building. Y'all smash the like button on the way out. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Tuesday. Much love and appreciation to everybody in the super chat. Appreciate all the support. And we just going to keep building. So with that, family, we're going to get up out of here, y'all. Peace.